Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final of the USL Summer Split. We have a very exciting match for you here today: Swansea Storm versus Lancaster Bombers. I'm Obscura, and tonight I am joined by the wonderful Gulpin. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
It's good to hear. So, hopefully, we should be started in a couple of minutes here. But before we get off this, Gulpin, have you had a look at either of the teams we have playing here tonight, or are you just coming in completely fresh-faced, ready to see what they pull
completely fresh? I have no idea how either of these teams played, so it'll be interesting to see how each team performs. And obviously, they have their own set amount of strats that they can pull out, and hopefully we can learn something new from these strats that they provide to us today. So it should be a pretty interesting match.
I think certainly this, as we mentioned, this is the finals here. Both teams have had a fight to get to the top here, and we're going to find out this evening which of them is going to come out on top. I'm particularly interested to see how Swansea are going to play tonight. A couple of them have started to play in ESL team, which you'll see when we get into the game. I unlike Axis and Jake have the clan tag of Reckless at the end of their names. Maybe they're going to be pulling out some ESL level strats here to really throw down in USL's territory. I believe the players are just joining, waiting for Lancaster to get in the game, and we'll be ready to kick off.
Why do British accents sound so much more professional?
I have no idea, but
They really do, though. Anything a British person says, it sounds so much more professional than American.
I appreciate that. For me, it's always the other way around. Obviously, watching a lot of main channel stuff.
It's like all the high production stuff and like the fancy shows and whatever. It's always the British dudes speaking. It always sounds so exquisite.
It's Queen's English, isn't it? Gotta
Is that
properly
a word?
enunciate our word. Exquisite? Yeah.
Oh, it's exquisite. I thought it was exquisite. All right.
There we go. Just waiting for a couple of Lancaster.
Ember, wait, hold up.
Have you noticed something there about Mahi, potentially?
Is that Pittsburgh Embers or no? Not the MBR. Never mind.
No.
Okay. This is the EU Embers. I got it.
I actually know very little about what Mahi plays outside of USL, how he plays outside of USL. I know a little bit about it. So apparently he is on a Go 4 team. There you go. Cool.
This is so fancy. This loading screen that you guys have.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Who made that?
I think my voice is warmed up enough. So I don't warm up that, like the intro just squeaks out.
Who made this loading screen? This is actually dope. Oh. Yeah, shout out to Simon for creating this wonderful loading screen.
It's lovely views of a coastline here, which we potentially might see this evening, as it is the decider map for tonight's bout.
So how many games did these guys have to play to get to the finals?
Well, I can pull up the new one and find out how many, because we've had a couple of issues this season with a few teams not being able to play. But I can have a look at how many. This is what, 6th week, I think. 7th even. So in theory, 3 games day 1, week 1, and then 4 more weeks of 1 best of 3 each thing. Yeah. So yeah, they've had quite a few games to get to this point. They've been fighting hard, and they're here at the finals. We've got one more player looking to join from Lancaster, and then we should be underway on the first map.
What's the prize? What's the like? If whoever wins, what's the prize?
That
What's
I
on the
don't
line here?
actually know. However, we can
Oh, okay, I see.
pride and accomplishment. There you
It's
go.
just for the title.
Yeah, the title and pride and accomplishment.
I see.
Looks like we should be starting soonish. All the players are in. We're just waiting to see if they are ready.
Oh, is this actually how it works? Is it actually a unit? Oh, that's actually pretty dope. It's actually a Okay, it's a league for only universities. Okay.
Yep. So each university has the chance to get some of their students together and players together to set up a team and represent them. And it looks like we are kicking off with the first map here, Clubhouse.
All right. Let's see. The Lancaster Bombers and What is it? Swansea.
Swansea.
Storm. All right.
Swansea Storm.
Let's see what each team can do about this map, as it is Clubhouse, and we might obviously see a Jackal ban, as that almost is prevalent within the map of Clubhouse, considering he's such a strong operator. We'll see a Thatcher ban come out first. So easy way to defend those hatches as a defender. Don't need to worry about any of those EMP grenades that Thatcher carries with him.
Absolutely hurts me deeply though as a Thatcher main. I am very hurt deep down by the lack of Thatcher, but he is strong to ban out, and a lot of teams do struggle to get those hard bridges off without him.
So Monty ban also come out.
Yeah, it stops those pushes coming through, and he's a great front line. This is his job. It's again pretty common, especially if you are holding upstairs in cash CCTV.
Yeah.
Monty just walks in. What are you gonna do?
There's no delay on this YouTube thing, is there?
No, there should be very little delay, if any.
All right.
See the Echo ban coming out, a relatively default ban. A lot of people like to ban him out. He's very good plan denial, and another ACOG on the defender's side there that you don't necessarily want to have to deal with.
It's frozen.
It does appear we might have a bit of a technical issue. Oh, okay. He's gonna sort that out for us. Okay.
Do you have like a sheet that you keep track of everything, Obscura, or should I get mine?
If you want to grab yours, that's fine by me. I get lost with having too many tabs open.
All right.
So I think that should be our technical issue sorted. And it is. We didn't quite get to see it, but looks like we might have to go for
Bandits.
Looks like we might have to go for a rehost, as a lot of the players have left. We might go for a rehost and reset this, re-input our bans, and hopefully be back shortly.
So like, is there like a verification system to get into the USL? You have to like send in your university ID or something?
I believe you have to sign up with a university email address.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a uni student myself because I just cast. So,
okay. You guys know who Hixcap is?
I've heard the name.
Cause like he's like a really big Siege YouTuber over in the UK, and apparently, college is like different than a university.
Yes, so college is done before university. It's usually 2 years you do before university. So it's kind of what would be like rounding out high school for you guys.
I see.
I think in terms of age range, the college is usually between like 16 and 18.
6? Oh my.
And then you go to university if you want.
The university is 4 years?
Depends. 3 years is usually about right. Yeah, I have to turn the stream up quite a lot, but I can hear like a background noise. It just sounds like the kind of noise you get off a background of a USB mic. So I'm thinking it might be his headset one because his main mic's XLR.
Oh wait, so Ace is the one streaming this.
Yeah, it's technically port, but he's got a mate. We've both got a friend, is Ace, and they were just chatting shit in general, so they changed their names. Pretty sure it's just under sound settings. Yeah.
Why don't we just have him on deafen? We could sort this out right here, right now.
Yeah, if we're
I got it. If he needs help, I got it.
okay, he's done it. He's disabled his headset for me. Quite a bit of a late start in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a quick snack real quick while this rehouse is underway. Couple minutes, like 2 minutes. Yep.
Run quick. Right. Go. I'm just waiting for him to tab back into stream.
All right.
I can kind of still hear it, but I'm sure we're fine. We just have to leave, I think.
This is actually really professional. I've never like been in this production where it's like we're broadcasted a feed and then it gets sent out to Twitch. I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, no, I was confused about this, how this whole thing worked since I did my first cast, and then I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It works. So good.
This is like what they usually do, isn't it? Like in like Pro League and stuff.
Well, in Pro League for LANs at least, it's a lot easier because you don't have to. You haven't got to like use Discord and stuff to get voice transmitted. But I'd imagine for online games potentially they might have a different way of doing it. Oh no, the person to ask would probably be Sternab. But
Sternab 4. You see Sternab 4-3? I'll show you Sternab 4-3. Actually, no, I don't think it's here. Or 5-4, I think it was Sternab 5-4. His face is just widened a lot. I gotta find it. Yes, ma'am.
Or just let me know when we're back on stream.
All right.
Okay, looks like our technical issues are, fingers crossed, hopefully sorted out. The players have all joined back, so we should be ready to jump back into Clubhouse and actually get our first round underway.
I think they're keeping the same bands, right? They should be.
Yes, the bands should hopefully have been re-inputted.
All right, very nice.
We should be exactly where we left off. Yep, looks like the game is now going to be starting. Fingers crossed the bands have been input and we don't have any more other issues with tonight's games. Of course, tonight's games are a best of 5 as they are the final. Looks like bands aren't input. We'll have to hope the team's honor and put their same bands in. Looks like they are going to as we start again with the Thatcher ban. Everything's all good. Look, a little bit of a toxicity from Mahi there in GGZ. It's R6 tab, gives them a potential 8% chance of winning this game tonight. Mahi's saying he failed English and maths. Apparently, it's a 0.85% chance of winning. Ooh, that's I'm going to assume a little bit of a meme there, as the bands, as before, coming out same. Looks like they are honoring themselves, which is nice. They know they're on stream. They know we got evidence to hold against it if they don't do this.
Hopefully, we see some more banter like this throughout the entire match or throughout the entire best of 5 here, because this should be pretty interesting to watch. Pretty interesting to see how these teams can get in each other's heads by using that text chat and actually playing mental warfare with their opponents.
Yeah, I appreciate that for some teams that's a part of Siege, but for me, I don't like seeing it. I like to see the teams be nice and straight and narrow, especially in an environment like USL. You are, to an extent, representing your university. You don't want to make a bad name for yourselves. Little bit of BM's alright, I reckon. Hit him with a good night after you hit a really nice shot. Fair enough, but make sure it doesn't go any further than that. Mahi asking for a happy birthday in chat, so let's see some happy birthdays go in chat for Mahi.
Up and running.
Asking if the USL Lords grant him the whole access to the holy words of GN. I think for a final, it's reasonable. We'll see how they come out and see our operator picks from our teams here.
10 seconds left before insertion.
ADS deployed.
Only Walden out here. We have this Cade as bandit will be banned. So we'll see if he'll be trying to actually trick this double wall in CCTV, or he'll be playing that garage area, hopefully defending that garage double walls. They do bring along the Maverick and the Thermite, a deadly combo when it comes to opening that wall, actually, as the Maverick can make holes that basically the defenders can't peek, because if they do, it's almost a death trap. So we'll see if he can utilize that porch properly as they go along and try to take over control of CCTV. We'll see access on this strip roof, coming up onto the gym roof. And we're providing some vertical coverage onto that garage area. You see that rotate will be made into the garage catwalk. And we'll see the Maverick get to work right away as he goes upside down and starts making a line right across. I think he's going to be doing the trick where he actually takes off the reinforcement from the wall. So any soft breach can effectively open that wall.
Yeah, it looks like he is going potentially the Maverick trick or just opening the bottom wall. He's taking a lot of damage from that Kaid.
Oh, and he'll be shot a lot by that Kaid, and he will be put down to about 20 HP as he sits on this rappel here, potentially waiting for an opponent to run into his crosshairs.
He has successfully managed to remove the Artilla, so the Thermite can rotate around and open the wall. Shots going through the floor as Jake takes out Coach from below. IQ's 552 showing off its lovely damage. Pulls out the electronics detector, just double checking that Attila has been taken off as the wall goes open from Thermite. Effectively cutting off rotation from Garage. Jassian is going to be stuck there for the rest of this round unless his team can support him and get him to rotate out. But he gets taken out by Thermite on the through the breach that he has just opened. The ACOG taken out in Garage, potentially given complete control of that Kaid to the attackers.
Yeah, that wall breach is super detrimental to the defenders, especially because you're playing in that garage area. It opens a complete line of sight to anyone playing in that garage catwalk, and it basically pressures everyone deeper into the positions that they don't want to play, and it sets up a good spot for the attackers to actually take control of these defending positions. We'll see.
Looks like Kaid has, he's backed up into Cash, giving control of Garage to the defenders. No, he doesn't want to be holding that on his own and dying. But it looks like he's going to get taken out by Jake anyway, as Jake is pushed up. He's going to create himself another line of sight as he downs his teammate, the Maverick. Potentially worked as a reset there. That may not have been an accident and instead deliberate, but he dies to the Jaeger anyway. Reset health now 20 HP as Diffuser goes down. Fire Axis down to the Thermite. Jaeger now last alive in a 1v4. Snoopy really going to have to work to win this round. He may just have to take this round as an L and move on from it.
It's not looking promising whatsoever, as he does find the first kill onto E Rectal, which is a pretty interesting name to have. E Rectal.
Pushing through a Cash here, looking towards Garage, knowing that he's got someone played in there as there is a ping going off. But Hog thrown out on the roof there. Takes him down, winning the first round for the attackers.
Yeah, I feel like whoever's defending first, I feel like they should have banned the Maverick, especially if you're gonna play a site like CCTV Cache, where you know that a Maverick is super overpowered, or not even overpowered, just super useful. I wouldn't say overpowered because obviously he can be countered, and there are ways to win that site without banning a Maverick. Um, but with a Maverick in play, you want to change up the way your entire team rotates around that wall, because that's the one wall that the entire defending side has to focus on once it's opened. And especially with that Maverick, it makes it super hard for the defenders to actually do anything about that wall at a certain point. Once that Maverick gets on that wall, and once he starts opening those lines of sights, it's just complete CCTV control for the defenders.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Or
bombs.
complete control for the attackers, I should say, not the defenders.
Certainly, that wall outside on CCTV is so pivotal in the round if it gets open, because it cuts off your rotate and just means that you can't get your players back onto site to defend. But also allows those long angles to watch once diffuser's gone down for the attackers. You've got to keep it shut. You've got to really hope that they can't open it. And with a Maverick, it's almost guaranteed that they will open it, assuming the Maverick has, you know, any semblance of keeping himself alive and taking out those devices. But even if that Maverick goes down, they've got the IQ here as backup to take him out from below, and a Twitch drone could just roll in and shoot out the Artilla nice and quickly.
Yeah, so very interesting choice to go here again, second time in a row. But they will be putting that artillery right on immediately. Not going to be tricking, I don't think so. And like you said, they do have an IQ to take out those charges.
And it looks like Jake playing the IQ is going to drone himself in below and hopefully find that Artilla for his team, allowing that hard breach to go and that wall to be opened again. We could see a relatively similar round coming out, but it seems like Dermot's going to start by opening down into Garage, just giving himself and his team another line of attack to flush out those defenders.
We'll see the Maestro positioned over here at the 90 position of the catwalk. So he tries to defend it single-handedly. He has one ADS to support him to prevent any sort of projectiles that might be in his way. We see Hog make his way now onto this double wall, and it seems like he will be going for this double wall. Potentially, once again, applying that pressure into CCTV, as Axis will see him hold a cross once again, as he did the first round.
It seems like Axis has used some of his utility on Zofia, his impact nades from the launcher, to try and take out any utility, but Jake takes out Snoopy straight away, losing it downstairs control. I'm going to have to fight hard to hold Garage now with just one ACOG holding it and no one to support from below as Axis pushes into main lobby.
So Axis has made his way all the way downstairs from that cross. Now, they have that information that the roamer has been eliminated, so we'll see what they can do with this information. We'll see if they can capitalize off of this first and opening kill.
As Mahi holding Garage vehemently there, really not wanting to let it go, but the wall is opened. He peeks it and gets taken out by Hog once again as Skills takes a kill onto Coach, leaving, and Jake goes down to Fire Axis with the SMG-11. Looks like he's starting to come into his own again with it, and really supporting his team here. It is still 2v4 though, but Diffuser has not yet gone down. Firaxis throwing out his toxic babes. They're just to deny anyone coming in through the breach. He sees a bit of movement through the hole there, and he finds the head of Axis, but Skilts takes down Jassian. He's now 1v3.
No chance at all for the defending side, especially when that wall is open once again. Don't know what their mindset is going through this round and deciding to choose this site 2 times in a row. First time, you know, they didn't really win it because of that Maverick. Second time, they still couldn't defend that wall, even with the Kaid on it. And it seems like they might switch their defense, and yes, they will. They're going to be going gym bedroom this time. So hopefully that's a little bit of a change for them. See if they can alter their strat and alter the way that they play this round out.
Still a site that's very pivotal on keeping a single double wall closed, as they're going to be keeping the wall by gym closed as much as they can. They've got the castle there to prevent them peeking from the window very easily, and the 6 picks onto the Kaid. They got to make sure they got some sort of hard bridge denial there. I was a little bit worried about what was going to go down there. But we see the scoreboard here. Hog, a little bit of a carry here. Nice 5 kills. The rest of the team not doing too great, but 2 kills and 3 kills dotted around. The Lancaster not doing too hot at all. Very few kills. They're just not really making it up in their fragging potential today. Maybe we'll see this change as they warm up a bit. We'll have to see. Interestingly, getting a castle barricade outside very much invites it to just be open early on, but it looks like they are going to be using that so they can hold cash to just prevent them taking a full top floor sweep just from one side to the other.
Yeah, this is one of the more general strats that we typically would see for a defending team playing in this gym bedroom site. They do bring the castle along to effectively help them defend that cash room area, as it is a super important area of control for the attackers to have, and it brings a lot of lines of sight for the attackers if they do manage to take control of that. It does seem like they will bring along almost the exact same set of operators. I'm not sure if the Jackal was on there.
Yeah, they've switched the Twitch out for the Jackal here, but they fought him. They need a shotgun to open logistics hatch. Jackal's got a shotgun. He's not banned out, so why not bring him? Shut down any roam game the defenders want to have here. There's Maverick. He's just watching his teammates back, making sure the Zofia doesn't get taken out too early. She starts to peek bedroom window into bathroom. The Jaeger looking like he's moving to give him a little bit of a hand. Coach and Valkyrie
Lying out.
Having a bit of an issue with lag there, but seems to be all good there. It's rotating up towards garage and red stairs. Gonna hopefully meet back up with the team and catch any attackers in the middle. Axis goes down to the castle of Jassium very quickly. Valkyrie spots the IQ there, but it isn't able to quite take the kill. Knows she's got to rotate off, so she's not taken out too quickly, but Jake looks like he might have read into that rotate.
Jackal tracks going off.
The Jackal tracks go off. That Valkyrie is going to have to run fast back to site, get herself nice and safe. And a Valcam does go down.
Alrighty, we see that the attackers have established control of cash room, is what it seems like. And yes, they have. So even with a man advantage for the defenders, they still give up that site. That Jackal will effectively force any roamers playing around that cash room to just back off and play a more defensive position, as Hog finds his first frag on the attacking side onto Mahi, as he finds a second actually onto Jossian.
And that's a third one onto Fire Axis there as Jake takes out Coach. Snoopy once again in a 1v4 as Diffuser is going down in Gym. He misses the shots, not quite able to find that head. He knows it's there. And he knows he's going to have to try and push that. Smoke goes out just to delay him, stop him getting him back to site. And a Jackal track as well. This is not a good situation for this Jaeger. As it looks like one of them's going to peek the window, and Hog finds fourth one in the round. There, beautiful 4K.
Alright, Hog, I see you.
Whoever said Thermite wasn't a fragging operator. ACOG angle 4 grit, no recoil on his gun, and decent damage. Yeah, Fragmite. He's out here. We go into the 4th round now.
Alright, please, thank you. Thank you, they changed. They finally figured it out.
Yeah, clearly top floor hold was not going to be working out for Lancaster there. So they have bought a Church Arsenal hold. Again, bringing the Kayad, going to be a little more useful because his gadget is sort of more designed towards hatches. And Mahi now on the Legion, not being constrained to the Kayad. Maybe we'll see a bit of a roam game from him. Maybe we'll just see him sit on site and just throw goo mines everywhere.
No more Jackal, because they will go to the Arsenal Church site. Typically with a site like this, as an attacking side, you'd want to bring a Jackal because you have 2 floors to basically clear before you really want to attack, because any roamers can situate themselves within the first floor or the second floor, and it could be a downfall for any attacking side if they do happen to meet one of the roamers. But it will seem like that he will switch off. Erector will play Twitch instead of Jackal this round. He has 4 assists on the board. Not a single kill, but you know what? As a Jackal Twitch player, you don't really need to get a lot of kills. All you need to do is use your utility properly, as Twitch and Jackal are known for.
5 seconds remaining.
Coach on this Valkyrie. Looks like he will just on the main stairs.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
And no pre-placed nitro. No Macy J tricks coming out of his sleeve right now.
No, especially since they've bought an IQ every round, a pre-placed nitro is just going to be a loss of utility. I think they just see it get taken out. Skills here on the Maverick, opening himself a little hole to get into Dirt Tunnel. I imagine he'll be pushing in through there and just putting pressure on, not necessarily looking to take site, but just make sure the defenders who are in Armory are feeling unsafe as they're pushed potentially from both sides. Legion setting up for an impact trick above. In case they do get the thermite charge down, they'll be able to throw an impact through that hole and destroy it.
I don't really see how they would be able to get that KE charge off, especially without a Thatcher.
Yeah, they are going to be reliant
the
on
hatch, maybe?
the Maverick, or potentially they might get lucky with the Twitch. Shooting things that high up can be quite inconsistent with their drone, though. There's a bit of misalignment between where the taser goes and where your little crosshair is. Zofia here taking control of Bar with the Maverick and the Thermite in stock. Twitch is just peeked in there as well. Jump back out, looking like she's going to push towards Kitchen. As they start Mavericking open, Bar Hatch looking down into Moto.
Where's this Jaeger? I'm actually quite curious as to where this Jaeger is, because I didn't see him play in sight. So, potentially roaming? I don't know. I'm not sure if I might have missed it.
They could have sent the Jaeger off and had him roaming without the attackers even knowing this. I'm not seeing him down on site. You're right.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where he is. Maybe we'll see him come out around Snoopy here, potentially. Gonna swing this round and take the first round for his team. But Twitch is down at the bottom of main stairs. Don't know if she knows the Vault cam is there, but she looks like she might just be out of view for it as she watches down a long corridor. Legion potentially looking to peek her here.
Oh.
Which he sees her, doesn't quite manage to line shots on her, but will definitely call out that she is moving towards Moto, so the Kaid can take her out when she pushes in.
Yeah, so
Valkyrie holding it blue as well.
A lot of time wasted by the defenders, as they've already taken out 2 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock as Jake finds the first kill onto Snoopy as they make their way into the site. Now that church wall will be opened, however, Maverick will fall.
Maverick goes down. They're not going to know that he's been down low unless they saw it. Do not have points on. Fire Axis using the ACOG to take out Axis. Hog pre-firing the door and Skills just runs through it, get taken out as we have our first team kill of the game. Hopefully the only one as well.
Hog's popping off on the Fragmite roll. This Jaeger will be taken out as Jossian will pick up 2 of his own, and that's inside of Moto. Now Jake into a 1v2, but there's no time on the clock, and it will go to Lancaster. First round 1. The score will be 3-1. Lancaster picking up their first round, and they finally adapted to their changes, and they went downstairs and they won the site.
That's what you got to do in Siege. You got to look what your enemies are doing. You got to look where they're not going to be strongest with their attack setups, and you got to work with that. You got to utilize the weaknesses in your enemy's armor. And here the weakness just happened to be taken downstairs and wasting as much of their time as they could. Back onto Gym Bedroom though, as they have won that basement site, they are going to have to take the 2 upstairs sites as they are generally more preferable.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do about it this time. I don't know how giving up that position inside of Church, or not Church, Cash was really the play there for that castle. I'm not sure if he was playing inside of construction the entire time, but definitely giving up that position in that area of the map is just super detrimental for the defending side.
So you see the scoreboard here. Hog sat on 10 kills and 1 death. Absolutely, as you said, playing the Fragmite. He's not letting anyone stop him. He's taken 1 death, and even then, it doesn't seem like that slowed down his team at all. He's getting the walls open and he's getting the kills, and that's what you want from that support player. They can frag alongside, utilizing their utility, whether that's taking out devices or opening hard walls, flashing out roamers. It's perfect for the team.
Interesting, I just saw that smoke. He was reinforcing both those bathroom walls. So it's not something I would typically see in an NA competitive scene, where you would just reinforce one side and you would leave the other side soft to basically allow Smoke to play within that bathroom and allow him to get a line of sight, play more aggressively onto that wall, as he does have a shotgun to play pillows with. But it does seem like they will double reinforce it, so we'll see what they can do with
Not
that
even
play.
just an NA thing. That's personally how I would play that site. As someone who plays Smoke a fair amount now.
Attackers have located a
That's
bomb.
how I'd have it. I'd reinforce one of the walls, shotgun open the other, so I've got a line of sight through, but I've got some hard cover. Axis here is going to be opening up Jim window, potentially spotting the smoke in there, and he shoots him through the wall, the window. Beautifully done, straight in the head. One of his impacts is going to be ADS'd out there, and
oh no.
no, he did set that up correctly. He switched, burnt the ADS with his other concussion nade, then blew open the wall with the castle barricade, even with the impact.
He wasted
So
one of those impacts because he concussioned that castle barricade in that hallway.
Yeah, he did unfortunately waste one of his impacts on the ADS, but he could have used the IQ coming over, telling him there's an ADS there and taking it out for him, but he got it through. He's got his utility down. He's going to probably rotate into a more fragging role here. Jaeger just listening to that castle barricade being opened, as he's going to rotate off and try and attack them from behind through Cash up the red stairs.
Having that, okay, so look at this. Cash is already taken over by the attackers once again, but I think that they're going to read it this time, and the Jaeger will be on the late flank is what it seems like, as Snoopy makes his way up to these east stairs, and he might be able to catch the Jackal and the IQ right in the back. He's going to slowly make his way up, and the thing that I've also noticed with these attackers is that they push. Their pushes are they're slow, but they're coordinated, and they work 99% of the time, as we see Hog once again doing his role as the fragmite, picking up a headshot, and yes, he'll get a second one into
the reverse repel on that window as he jumps on in to finish up the round. And like you were saying,
okay,
as the round ends,
let's just leave it at that. That was, I don't know.
Like you were saying though, having the way the team pushes together is really important. You can have 5 of the best fraggers and players in Rainbow Six Siege, but if they can't work as a team, you're not going to get anywhere. It's so important that you work as a team. You're making callouts. You're watching each other's flanks. The second you stop doing that, you just fall apart. This isn't a first-person shooter where one person. It's a team of 5 individual people. It's one team working all together as a whole, and you need that. You need to prep and execute together. The second you don't have that, you're going to start losing it. 6 picking off of the castle though to the Kaid. That's what we like to see. Like to see a Kaid come out, and the Jackal's coming back out, dropping the Maverick though, realizing that they're not using him as much. However, this is the site where I'd say he's needed the most. CCTV Cash.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
Hog
as
is
they
12
can.
and 1. Let's just take a moment and just recollect that this man is 12 and 1. It's been 5 rounds.
That is really something. That's the sort of player that at the end of this game, he's going to watch around his team. He's going to go, was anyone recording that game?
No one's going to say anything because it's all been...
But lucky for him, it doesn't matter because it's on stream. We've got this. We got you, Hog. You can see this.
A huge ego boost for Hog.
Yeah. But he's got to make sure he doesn't get cocky with it. That could be the downfall for him. Mahi gang a lovely little Maestro cam there, just breaking the TV to place it. I did a little bit from the side, so it's harder to be taken out. But I can still watch the window and most of the room, including default plant.
Yeah, so a trick with that is, with that Evil Eye, is that you saw how he turned it up. It's basically, if they do have a Twitch drone and he's not on that Evil Eye to be aware of it, he can basically prevent the Twitch from actually shooting it out, because of the new feature that Twitch has with those Evil Eye interactions, that if it zaps it once, it completely opens up the Evil Eye, and it allows it to basically get destroyed with without having to really put any bodies on that Evil Eye.
Skids here droning into logistics, looking like they're going to go for a bit of a push there, establish some control over on the west side of the building, like how they did on the gym bedroom push. But we'll see if that works out for them, or if they're just trying to make sure no one's going to push up behind them if they would use main stairs. The Jaeger down below, but it seems like Sophia might know he is down there. She's just pre-firing the bar billiards window. Jaeger hearing it, not quite sure what happened. Coach taking a kill onto Erectal there. Jake is holding an angle for a punch hole onto billiards, waiting for this Jaeger to rotate. Coach might find him though.
Come on.
Coach just needs
Oh,
to be
to your
sure of
left.
himself and push here, but the Sophia peek thrown doesn't.
yes.
He manages to take the kill onto
Uh-oh.
Axis. Out of ammo in the MPX, so he switches to the Deagle, not quite managing to land the shots. Choosing to reload the Deagle over the MPX here. Sees the punch hole and thinks, maybe I can use this the other one. Maybe I can fight back. He starts getting pre-fired through the wall. Looks like he is going to manage to escape, and with not too much health lost. Skits finds fire access, but Mahi takes the refrag onto Skits. The older ACOG really proving helpful there. Jake managing to escape and get up onto the little subroof there, making sure he's nice and safe. Holding angle as he takes some shots onto Mahi there. Not quite able to find the kill, but he is going to inform his team that there's still a Maestro player in there. Kayed, I think, still holding cash. Maybe not the best operator to be holding there, but he has opened himself a little hole. Scared a little bit by his own Maestro returning to site.
That's not really an attack that we see Swansea perform when it came to attacking CCTV cache, as they actually just all decided to shift their attention towards one roamer, and it really cost them, as 3 bodies will fall. Jake tries to make his way in, but will taken out from the side by Mahi. Now it's left to Hog. The Fragmite in a 1v4 situation. Can he rack up a couple kills here? Hopefully boost his KD, but no, Jocelyn will be on that watch inside of that window, and he will eventually pick off Hog. So Chelsea gets their second round in, or
Lancaster.
God, that dude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about football clubs, man.
No, that's fair enough. I don't. But
Chelsea. Oh
I've got
my
family
god.
support Chelsea. You could have picked a worse team, I suppose.
Oh no, dude.
I'm sure Lancaster won't take it to heart. They definitely fought hard for those 2 rounds, and maybe we're seeing them come into their own. Maybe we're seeing them work out what they need to be doing to repel these attacks.
So these teams, they're named after universities, right?
Yes,
Okay, so the universities are named after where they're located, right?
correct.
Okay, thank God. Because I know Lancaster is someplace in the UK, and I know Swansea is a place in the UK, and for some reason Chelsea just clicked in my head. The first location I thought of. I don't know why.
It's fine. It's all right. They're saying Hog still sat on 12 kills. They're not able to take any more that last round, as sides have switched. Hog now on the Kayed. I want to see if he can still perform as well as he can on the Thermite. If so, that 12 gauge slug shotgun is going to be destructive in his hands. Holding down long range angles with the ACOG. They got a pulse as well. Potentially to hit nitros from below. Maybe just to provide intel to the team. We'll have to see.
Is this Legion roaming? I think he is.
Looks
Jake
like
will be in the roam game.
Jake is potentially going to be roaming.
Okay, the roaming Legion. So they do have 2 anchors. Will be the Maestro and the Kaid. We'll see a Vigil, Pulse, and Legion roam. And so as we switch sides over here, now it is the 7th round, as sides have swapped. The Lancaster and Swansea will be switching their roles as attack and defense.
Yeah, so we'll see if Lancaster are maybe a little bit better on defense here, maybe or on attack even. Sorry, I got a little bit confused there. See if they're a little better on attack and able to take advantage of their pushes. But Jake already taking out Coach. The Maverick gone very early, very little for them to actually be able to open hatches now. Short of having a player on site shooting out the electric claws.
I have no idea where he found that kill, but wherever he found it, bad part on the attacking sides when it came to drowning, as Axis will run out, and he'll just do a typical ranked run out, so he'll go out of that gym bedroom and find the back of Mahi. That'll be both Heart Breachers down, so no hatches will be opened up for the attacking side as Axis finds the first kill for the attackers onto the Roman Vigil, but a little too late now. So
Yeah.
Thermite will be falling down, and half the round is already over. Still cautious about these roamers, as you see Jocelyn check his corners.
And Snoopy Light on Capital just checking his corners on the first floor, making sure that he's not going to be snuck up on or run blind around a corner, get taken out. He does run into a goon mine, but he'll pull that out immediately. Pulse going to be calling that there's 2 of them on main stairs now to his team. Beautiful use of the heartbeat sensor there to just make sure his team knows where those attacks are going to come from, so they don't spread themselves too thin, watching everything. The IQ in the bucket looks like as Capital also appears on it, he's just going to back up and hold an angle on the door, assuming that's what they're going to push for. He does peek it, but Firex has managed to take
1 HP.
down Hog.
On 1 HP.
Erector taking out Jassian though, and downing Fire Axis. A little double kill there as Skits, using the UMP, takes out Snoopy for another win, round 1 for Swansea.
So, triple roamers seemed like it worked, and it did work. A lot. 2 most important attacking operators down with not even half the round in. Both attacking operators that are super pivotal to essentially winning or taking vertical control, just gone off the radar. So that really costed them a lot.
It certainly did, and just a reminder that the clubhouse is Swansea's map, so we are expecting to see them play better. But this is destructive. It for me at least makes it seem like even on their map picks, I don't think Lancaster are going to be able to hold up to Swansea. Swansea just seem to be quicker on those frags, and I don't know if that's just Hugs having a good game or he's getting lucky, but it's the scoreboard doesn't lie. He's still selling 12 kills and he's still top fragging in the game, even though the past 2 rounds he hasn't killed anyone.
I want to see Hog get some more kills. He hasn't gotten a kill in the past 3 rounds, or 2 rounds actually. 3? 2? I don't know.
I think, yeah.
But hopefully he can drop 20 bomb this game. See if that's possible. Only needs 8 kills.
10 seconds.
Yeah, only needing those few extra kills to secure him that.
5 seconds remaining.
Jake not exactly happy with the placement of that castle barricade, trapping him in blue.
Attackers are moving out
But they are going to
located
take
bomb
the
defusers.
cash CCTV site now. See if they can hold it a little better than Lancaster could. Lancaster again have bought the Maverick out. Maverick looking like he's trying to keep himself a little safer, staying at the back of the pack this time. But he is still going to be first one up onto subroof. I don't think they know
Attackers have located a bomb.
they're stuck with this push here. That's going to be kind of pivotal and where they play here. They're going to need that garage control. A little bit tongue-tied there. Sorry about that one. Looks like he might be going for the Maverick trick here potentially.
What in the world? I think
And
he's looking for that kite.
he is.
Maybe?
He is going for the Maverick trick. He's opened the bit at the top.
Wow. Big smart guy.
Now Buck can just shoot open the wall. They don't even need the thermite. Look, he might be playing Skit. Finds one onto Snoopy. Will have fire access refrags onto Skit and garage there. Snoopy like going down is the Capital. Hog unkired here, holding top of red and cash. Just making sure no one's going to push up and flank his team. Yeah, TCSG-12 is still a destructive weapon. Even without using its ACOP, using its hollow. It'd be basically just a really, really big pistol. Just more DMR.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So now we need 4v3 as
Bomb
seems
located by
like the
attackers.
side of what is it? Lancaster, right? Attacking? Yes. All
Yeah,
right.
Lancaster on the back.
So he'll be at an man advantage at this point. Mira will fall, and so will the Ducks. So no more stems, no more nitro cells.
He looks like he's falling for that bait of the mirror just being there. Not putting anyone behind it. And Fire Axis managing to take a kill onto Reckless. Fire Axis finally coming into his own. What he wants to do is Mahi takes a kill onto Erectal. Hog last alive in a 1v4 as Diffuser goes down from Jassian. He's going to have to do a lot to win this. The Nitro comes out, he throws it, but Mahi takes the kill onto him, not allowing him to push towards that 20 kill milestone.
Okay, so Lancaster finally brought in another round onto the board. Now it is score. Was it 5-3? Yep, 5-3 will be the score. And my dog, Jesus Christ, that scared me.
Yeah, I was worried that they'd added a new operator to the game that was just a dog. Just a dog that just makes noise in the game and throws you off. But
that scared me. And I'm right next to him.
It's
my.
Professionals here.
I don't know if it was loud or not into the mic. Hopefully it wasn't.
It's kind of loud, but yeah, sure.
Kind of loud.
Appearance of a dog on stream is okay. Everyone loves them. So you get more viewers on Twitch. We all know that.
Alright.
So I missed what site they're taking. We'll see here. Cash CCTV again. I think they've potentially tried to identify the weaknesses that they had there, so they are going to try and patch those up in this next defense of it. Again, the walls reinforced and perhaps similar site setup by the looks of it. Maybe they're going to play less emphasis on roamers here, as they didn't seem to. The roamers didn't seem to really find many kills, just allowed them to be picked off easily, giving man advantage to the attackers.
Alrighty, so we'll see Hog on this Kaid once again. Same team composition as what it seems like so far. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but by the looks of it, it looks like it will be the exact same comp from both teams. Capitao should be useful when it comes to... I don't even know what Capitao would be useful here, actually. There is no bandit in play. So typically with the Capitao...
useful for flushing out corners, I suppose, and he might be able to prevent Kayed from performing any tricks. They might just bring him for his smoke, though, to cover plants.
We'll also see a Buck. Hopefully he can utilize his grenade. His Axis will spot this Maverick line of sight being made, and once again, this Kaid's not going to really do anything effectively wise for the defending side, as we'll see the garage gets blown right open by Mahi. They will establish some control using that garage area.
Yeah, it's Hog not quite being able to do anything for his team on the Kaid. He seems to stay alive quite late into the round, but he's not taking any kills now on it, and he's not stopping them open this wall, which, to be fair, is going to be hard to do, as Maverick pops shots off onto Hog there. Just as I said, he tends to stay alive longest in the round. He's tagged down to very low HP. Jassian finding Axis in Garage, shutting down that ACOG, meaning that they now just can take Garage control and fight those longer lines of sight. Capitao very upset with that Artilla, as Fire Axis finds a frag onto Skills.
Yeah, like I said, those Buck grenades are just super useful. Especially if you have the correct angle. At the Buck, you can throw it from below and just chuck it over. Hopefully you can find the kill on your own, as Mahi will eventually finish off Hog as soon as he gets a kill of his own. Now Jake left in a 1v5. Capitao will sit on some 10 HP. He makes his way upstairs from this blue area, but it doesn't seem like he has really much to work with. Sees the bullet trails coming out from Snoopy, and that will be the Capitao falling on that low HP. Now put into a 1v4. And
using this out. Diffuser goes down. He's just going to have to try and work his way back onto site through the attackers. Now defense of site. Tries to fight the long angle in Garage, but that ACOG is going to win it. Mahi there on the Thermite. Just showing that you don't always want to fight against an ACOG if you haven't got one.
Alright. So, that round. Your takes on it.
It just seems like that site is not working for either of the teams. And there's all I can really say about it. I don't know why. I think it might be the fact they've left the Maverick in there. They need to, maybe ban the Maverick out if you want to take that site. But Swansea are looking like they might start choking here. They've dropped a few rounds now. It is now 5-4, but they are going to take Church and Arsenal downstairs.
Attackers need to locate.
Alright, so Lancaster's one round away from bringing this into an even game. So, we'll see what they can do.
I have to retract my previous statement saying that this looks like it might be a relative best of 5 within 3 games, as they're starting to pull it back. On not their map pick, on their opponent's map pick. And maybe they're just a stronger team on attack.
You know what it is? Hog's not fragging. We need Hog to frag. Once Hog starts getting his kills, his momentum starts building up, it's over. That's just how it works.
Absolutely. Having a momentum in a game of Siege is so important because not only does it help you in the game, in terms of what you're actually doing, making a difference in the round, it also helps you mentally. You feel good because you're doing something, you're helping your teammate, you're taking the kills. So when you're not taking those kills, you feel like you're not playing as well, and that gets in your head.
Defender has left the designated
Run out
staging
from
area.
Axis looking to see if they've spawned over there, but they have not. He's going to run back in after being detected. A little bit toxic there, but they're trying everything here because they are dropping these rounds. But as on Fire Axis here is pushed in to CCTV. Quick check of red stairs. Now he's going to hold an angle onto construction, just waiting to see if any roamers want to make themselves known to him and push out, as they are going to clear top to bottom.
I feel like the Capitao should have been switched off for a Jackal, possibly. I don't really see him put much use with those that utility that he has, those smoke and asphyxiating bolts. It would be super useful if he swapped over to the Jackal and actually could clear out the roamers a lot easier, but Axis will play in sight as a vigil.
Yeah, they have no roamers at the moment. Everyone is playing close to sight. I think their plan here is just waste as much time as possible, wait for the attackers to get flustered and rush, and take them out while they're on the back foot. They've seemed to set up sight in terms of that. They've got punch holes and murder holes dotted all over the place, but Axis is now going on his roam. Just as I say that they're not roaming, he starts roaming. It's like they can hear him. I don't know. But he is going to start pushing through cash. He sees the wall open there in CCTV. Valkyrie sat alone with a lovely lifeguard bundle. The brightest set in the game, as far as I'm concerned. I love it. Absolutely.
I don't know how that would fit.
Finds the kill onto Snoopy, though, as the Capitao goes down. Jake rotating back to sight now through Oil Pit and Blue. Just checking hatch and stuff as he goes, making sure his team know what's up with the state of the round. And
I don't know how I feel about that Valkyrie, the new skin. Super bright. Doesn't really fit in with any of the maps, especially if you're trying to lay in a corner and try to hide.
Certainly, but this, due to this following ESL rules, Axis takes out two of them, Coach and Mahi, and he rotates back upstairs, giving himself a little place to hide and recalibrate before he goes on his next killing spree. Now 2v4 for Swansea.
I'm just confused as to how Axis managed to rotate all the way upstairs from sight with like a minute on the clock.
Finding the Neon Valkyrie there, taking her out. Fire Axis trying to take the kill onto Erectil as
10 seconds to go.
Lesion, but he's not able to quite make it. Jassian now looking to see if he can find a biddy. He gets taken out by Axis from Moto.
3k from Axis?
That was. Swansea
just
back on their game now. Just showing what they need to do. Going on to match point for the first map.
I'm just confused as to how that Vigil managed to get all the way upstairs from sight. I didn't really get to see how. I'm guessing he went up from blue?
I think, yeah, he rotated into blue, up through Oil Pit ladder into garage, rotated all the way across top floor, which they'd since abandoned, then rotated down main stairs and was able to just take the 2 out in bar. That was nice and quickly.
Yeah, it was a good read by him to do that, actually.
Like I was saying with the Valkyrie set, the reason Jake is probably using that, you want some cosmetics on Valkyrie. You can't use the Valkyrie Elite or the Twitch Elite, so he's decided to pick it up. I've picked it up for a similar reason. Occasionally when I jump into a game and the Valkyrie Elite band the rule set of it, so I'll play a McDonald's bright red and yellow Valkyrie. A little bit of a comical edge to it, especially if you take some one test. Yeah, it's the McDonald's color.
Oh no.
It's bright red and yellow. I love it. But I do think the weapon skin's quite nice anyway, so going for a gym master bedroom hold here. Not bringing the castle. I think they're going to be banking on the fact that they're hoping they won't find the Attila. Maybe they're going to try and tuck it in a corner, hide it away. but not that it's going to particularly matter, as they have bought the Maverick again
5
to
seconds
just
to
open the
insertion.
wall up and not let them do that. I hope Jake also seen that he just one deeg the drones, despite the fact there were quite a few shots there.
Come on, Jake.
You hit him with a deagle, it's a one deeg. That's how it works.
Alrighty. Let's get this underway. Match point will be in favor for Swansea. Yes?
Yep.
Alright. So they do have the advantage in their favor coming into this last oh my god.
I will continue. They have got
Please continue. I need to
advantage
do
coming
something
here
about
now.
my dog real quick.
They've got the advantage here in this round. Only need to take one round compared to the 3 required from Lancaster. Buck opening up that soft wall, finding a bit of resistance in Cash and CCTV. Not going to allow him to push in as quickly as he potentially would have liked. But he is going to get in anyway and start taking Red Stairs control, just making sure he's not going to get caught from behind. Hog holding in logistics there. I'm hoping that they don't open the hatch, because that could end poorly for him, as you tend to be rather trapped in logistics when that hatch gets opened up. The Buck on fire axe on a Buck, finding a kill through the wall onto Axis, dropping him nice and cleanly. Opens up the soft wall to give himself a bit more of an angle to fight through and to rotate through if he wants, as his team move up to support him. The Jackal and the Thermite there, looking to push towards the last person holding in Cash. He takes a shot, but no one goes down.
I'm back.
Jack was just watching from behind.
Alright.
The wall does go open. The Maverick there, forgot the name of the operator and never play him that much, so it's going to happen. But it doesn't seem like it's going to do much, as most of the teams seem to be pushing from the other side. Valkyrie rotating up Red Stairs and finding the kill onto Jake. Or Jake even finding the kill onto Snoopy on as the Jackal there, as he's going to rotate back through basement, pop out in a different place. It's like a game of whack-a-mole here. They can't quite find him. He's popping out, he's taking a kill, he's jumping back in.
Hog's first kill.
Back on it. He's back on the horse. He's found the kill onto Fire Axes there with the TCS G12 and Jassian going down to the 416C of the Jaeger in construction.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be just a shutout right now. 20 seconds on the clock left, and it's a 2v4. One is inside, but he will get taken out, and that will be Coach falling. Now it's all up to Mahi on the Thermite, aka the Fragmite, if he can potentially get enough kills, but no, it won't be enough as Skills finds the last kill, and they will pick up Clubhouse.
It's a lovely double to end the round out there for Skill. Take the first map, going to Swansea, even if that Swansea there is slightly off kilter. I believe we will take a short break before our next map kicks in.
My dog, like, at a random, he'll just bark out of nowhere.
understand. Okay, we're going into our second map of the evening here, which is Bank. Any thoughts on some strats you'd like to see come out on Bank regarding the Pro League matches we've seen on it recently at Raleigh? Look, Paige and Gulpin, are you alive and well?
Yes, hopefully.
Yes, you are. Good. I just will. Oh, we're going straight into bans already. Very quickly. Start with the Jackal ban from Swansea there, and seeing what Lancaster are going to bring in with their ban here. So
I'm trying to finish this. I'm trying to finish this piece of bread.
A wonderful thing to hear on stream. Love it.
You guys have Chinese bakeries in the UK?
I not near me at least. But maybe that's the thing that's kicking around. I don't really know. The Thatcher ban coming out once again. They're not wanting to see Thatcher anymore, and the Mirror ban coming out. That's very nice to see. Mirror can be a very strong deterrent. Just whack a mirror down on an angle you don't want to push, and they'll definitely second guess themselves, even if you've got no one left, no one sat behind it. Seeing Swansea's final ban here for the defender, and it's going to be Echo once again shutting down that plant denial operator. Wanting to see it. So it's going to be Swansea to defend first here, and we'll see in just a second what site they are going to be taking. Looks like they're going for Blockers CCTV, pretty much the default site. They are going to be sat downstairs, bringing a clash. That is very nice to see. Hopefully they do stay with that clash, as she can be very strong to just hold servers for them without letting those attackers just waltz on all the way in through Dirt Tunnel. Seeing some of the operators go locked in, and Clash is being locked in. I, for one, am very happy to see that. Like to see Clash being bought out, used strategically. I think she's given a bit of a bad rap as a not a very good character, but she can have a fair amount of uses to just shut off those pushes.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
I'm betting money that Axis is going to get at least 2 kills. No Jackal, at least 2 kills, guaranteed. Especially on a map like Bank.
Yeah.
Roamers are just super. I don't know. I wouldn't say good, dominant, but they are certainly powerful enough.
Yes, certainly. As we saw at Raleigh, we saw Farrell, Team Secret, running out and coming for a rotate through Garage as Cav managing to actually pull off an interrogation through it somehow.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Just incredible to see, just the energy in chat that came off when he managed to pull that off. But we are seeing Hog back on the Kaid and still not using the ACOG. I don't know whether that's personal preference or if his team want him holding shorter angles with it. I suppose we'll see. Pulse stood in tunnel with his scanner. Interesting, as opposed to holding in gold, as most pulses do, but he is holding there. He's been droned out, but he knows that there's one on pushing it. Got the smoke there of Jake. Give him a little bit of hand there. Yeah, the UMP, not a fantastic gun, but as with all guns in this game, doesn't matter what its damage and fire rate is like. If you can find the headshot, it's going to shut him down. There's Clash there, pushing all the way through tunnel, really wanting to slow him down as much as they can. Realizing that it's not going to, that their win condition really is just being able to get in sight quickly. So if they can slow him down, not let him in as easily, they're going to have a much harder time on this attack. Flash backing up and down, walking up and down tunnel, just not letting him do anything as the Maverick comes in upstairs, all banging into meeting, seeing if he can find a kill. Not quite managing to find anything as the Habana manages to find the kill onto Axis. Fire Axis using that AR, low armor capacity but decent enough damage to find the kill quite easily as Maverick pops open 2 of the hatches. You may note that Mahi has changed his name now to Mini Jake. I believe he is friends with Jake on the opposing team here, so they are just having a bit of a joke between the 2 of them. Get to double check, but it has all been okayed as Habana comes in, looking like she's ready to open the hatches, but finding one of them with an electro on it.
That was me. I would have hot drop. Maybe not. Because typically on a map like Bank, as a player myself, I would hot drop the hatch. No one ever expects it. But obviously this is a finals game, so you want to play a little more safe, not as reckless as a hot drop. A little bit more coordinated.
You want to be a little safer with how you are playing it. You don't want to be as reckless, because if you play too recklessly, no pun intended, you will be taken out very, very quickly. The wall going open for default plant by Coach there, as he starts to plant the diffuser, trying to bait out some of that utility in the smoke land, but not in the right place. It looks like he may still be able to go for that plant. The pulse is going to rotate, looking like he's going to prep with a nitro. The nitro gets shot out, or did he miss it?
No, I think he missed. I think he threw it a little too high.
Smoke pushes up, peeks the corner, not quite able to take a kill there though. But Jassia manages to take out Jake as the plant starts to go down. Mahi takes out a kill. Fireaxe is taking another one. Hog managing to get a refrag onto Fireaxes before downing the Maverick there, now in a 1v3. 5 rounds left in his shotgun. He's still got the pistol, which is great, but he is going to have a hard time pushing and taking the kills here. He's not quite managed to find anyone. All of the attackers playing as safe as they can while still watching the diffuser to not give him a free round. Thinking he might... He's peeking that, and he gets taken out by Coach above on the Thermite. Coach, very, very useful that round. He got the plant down, he got the wall open, and he takes the kill that finishes off the round for them. Swansea taking a loss in the first round, which is unfortunate, but it's not their map, so they may just have to lose a few rounds on the defense before they can get together on the attack.
So double shield now coming out. Let's see. Oh, never mind. Clash will be swapped off for Capcan. Or will it? Okay, sure now. As Monty will also swap off, so no more shields. Eli and Zofia. What is Zophia's? Is it life? It's in lifeline.
It's the lifeline. Yep.
All right. The Eli and the lifeline will be in play. No more electric shields. No more invincible shields for Monty. As that would have been nice to actually come out from the attacking side. As it does make the push a little easier, just when going through that the server area.
Certainly, having a Monty just facilitates that push nice and easy. You just walk right up on there. Even if someone's contesting it, you walk at them. They don't know what to do. They're going to back off or die to the players you've got coming up behind you. That's Monty. Without getting a nicely hidden cams dotted around, just so they can watch for default plan and who's pushing into servers. This Pulse once again is standing just in Dirt Tunnel to watch for when they start pushing. I don't think it's particularly necessary to do that. They are most likely going to be pushing this anyway.
Defender has left the designated staging area.
He is going to see them pushing. He's going to start holding with the pistol, watching for the drone to come through. I'm not quite sure why he holds this. It seems to me relatively obvious that they are going to be pushing that every round, and as that you can see, they are. Yet he always seems to stand in it with his cardiac sensor out, just seeing if he can find anyone. He finds them and then doesn't capitalize. He just calls that they're there, I suppose. But the same thing can be, done with a well-placed vault cam. You just stand and hide. You don't have to put one of your players in harm's way to find this intel.
I feel like he's just in it for the score. What is it, 20 points for every enemy that you scan?
10 or 20, I think. Yeah, it's not a lot, but he's not even going to be seeing those points pop up for that instant gratification. So you got score off.
Yeah. I don't know, like, the entire objective of scanning a single player and then backing off. It doesn't even reveal what operator that it is. So, I don't know.
Fireaxe is here on Habana, looking like she's getting prepped to push down blue stairs as Coach rappels up to the roof to potentially help with that top floor clear before utilizing his his thermite charges to bust open the wall. Yep, he is now dropping down. He just needs to cross over the building, come in somewhere a little bit safer where someone had already cleared. Seems like there's very, very little roam game from the defenders here. All instead choosing to focus and play on site, not wanting to lose their players. Hogs has now pulled back the gold, holding in a more standard location as we hear some Habana pellets land and start opening a hatch. Maverick here trying to open the hatch in open area. Not quite managing it. He is having a little bit of trouble. The electro claw is zapping him when he stands in it. But he's looking to take it out, and he has managed to take it out. Habana now going to be able to open it up with the X-Kairos pellets.
See, 35 seconds left in the round, and all players from both sides are still alive.
Excellent charge goes off. Coach looking like he's going to get prepped for this plant now. He spots the evil A. I think that might psych him out a little bit, maybe prevent him from going for the plant, but it looks like he is stepping up, getting ready for it anyway. As another toxic babe comes out from Jake, but he starts hitting it down. The nitro comes out, does miss. Hog managed to take a kill onto Fire Axes. And a very, very messy trade there, but Diffuser is still for the defenders, and he gets down by the Maestro cam. Swansea taken around.
All right.
That was very quick. We saw a lot of trades coming out very, very quickly through that breach hole that had been opened. Zofia was left on low health, had to plant the diffuser. Maestro took advantages, used his cam and took him out.
Yeah, they should have done something. Like, they should have done a split push or something. There's no way that they were getting through that, especially with the smoke, Maestro, the pulse. Who else did they have? They had a bunch of other intel ops and plant denial. So I don't know about that push. It's a 5v5 in the last 30 seconds, and typically with an result within factors like that, the result is typically in favor for the defenders, as they don't really have to make any aggressive plays and just sit there.
You just wait for that clock to tick down. Defenders here again. They had a clash picked. They decided to stick pick off, which is fair enough. But I still love seeing the clash picked here. It's a great showcase of what she does best. Instead of bringing the Legion, as they are playing upstairs, there's less doorways that she can sort of stand and slow them down. Hog now on the mute, looking shotgun SMG-11, pretty standard kit for him ever since they added the SMG-11 to him as they start to get those back walls reinforced. Bandits up and doubled up with mute jammers as well, just really making sure that they are not coming through those walls. They may be able to take out those bandit batteries relatively easily with a Maestro, but the mute jammers might be a little harder to spot. Brought out Doc, having the ACOG so you can watch through these front lobby windows, and he's peeking the top of car park just to see if anyone is going to be there that he can take quick kills on early in the round. Habana's starting to drone in her team some intel. She's lost it onto a mute jammer, though. That is going to be unfortunate. See Jassian on the Nomad, realizing that with that Jackal band out, they're going to need something to stop roams. And Nomad does a good a job as any. Those air jabs going to really put some pressure on the defenders if they choose to roam. Maverick looks like he got a little bit scared there by the goo mine that he stepped on. And he seems to be taking shots from below potentially. Or maybe they're just shooting the top of the wall open. Can't quite tell. He's looking to get prepped and start opening these walls. Soon he is aware they have opened the top of the wall. So they are going to find it hard to he's going to find it hard to just sit.
No.
But he tries to take the peek, but Skilt finds the kill with the MP7 there. Habana is going to manage to open a small hole into the other wall. A little bit of a bar between it. They'll still be able to get in there, but going prone, but it's not going to be as quick as crouching through. Coach will probably be kicking himself for that, but it's still the wall open. It's still another line of sight.
Second kill for the defending side as he takes the head off her axis. That will be putting the attackers at a 2-man disadvantage now as Coach finds the first frag for the attackers. Now it is a 1-man disadvantage, so not the worst situation. A minute left on the clock.
My device is
Do have that wall open, and it does seem like they kind of butchered this wall. It is still vaultable, I believe. That should be vaultable.
Looks like it should be, yep, but it is still going to leave them a little more exposed than I think they would have liked. Just having a hole they can just crouch in or walk in through. Skills on the bandit, they're holding a nice tight angle. If anyone comes through that breach that Habana opened up, they are going to be taken out very, very quickly. As the Nomad comes through and demonstrates beautifully, Diffuser is now down on site. Skills pushes up slightly, sees one, but doesn't react quite quick enough for his nitro roll. Maybe seeing if he can catch the kill. I think it landed this side of the breach, unfortunately, though, and he does get taken out by Coach Habana. Habana now into sight, having Diffuser in her possession as we are in a 2v2. Health is purely in the favor of the defenders here. Up front, looks like it might go down with only a few seconds on the clock. Hog finds one, and they run out of time. The plant can't go down. Hog just managing to save it for his team. That last minute rotate into Janitor Club really saved them.
Hog's brain is so big. Someone needs to sign this dude to PL already.
I'm sure he'll be very pleased to hear that someone said that about him. But we'll have to see if he can keep it up for the rest of the game, because we saw him peak very early on in the last game. Then he started to drop off in the latter half, not quite able to pull off the pure fragging potential. Here he's doing all right, but he is now being switched into Maestro, giving himself an ACOG, hopefully. Nice large mag in the older. And
Defenders, protect your bombs from
the
being
potential
defused
to
by attackers.
utilize those Maestro cams, not just for intel, but, also for taking people out, as we saw in the that first or second push with into basement. Now taken archive site. Teller's archives down on the first floor. Not an awful site, but it is very, very dependent on whether you can control upstairs. If you can't, then this site's basically gone and it's free for the attackers. But if you can hold it, you can let them take site entirely if you want, and you can just be raining down death from above from your rumors, and they can't get that plant down.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like, listen, so I haven't really watched any USL, but first impressions mean a lot. And by the looks of it, Hog is just one of those players that, you see in a comp scene, and he's just one of those players that really just stands out. Compared to the rest of his team and the rest of the players in general. Right now he's 4-1. It is the 4th round, so within those 3 rounds that have passed by, he has 4 kills, 1 death. So, he knows how to keep his frags up. He has really good fragging potential. I don't know, it's just the way he plays and his marksmanship with any gun, it stands out more than anybody. Obviously we haven't seen any crazy flicks or anything like that. I don't know if I've been captured off stream, but I don't know. I just feel like Hog is just one of the key points as to why blue team is, or who's blue team? Which team is the blue team? Like
Swansea.
Swansea, yeah. So he's like one of the really defiant players for Swansea. I feel like he's the main reason that they're so strong as a team. He can utilize his team's intel and really just capitalize off that information, allow their team to open up a lot of the sites as an attacking side and call shot a lot of the defending plays.
Speaking of opening up a lot of the sites, Sledge above, fire access, using that breaching hammer to just ruin the floor above, provide loads of angles down onto the defenders, potentially waiting there as Axis manages to find a kill onto Snoopy as he rotates into Skylight Stairs. He's just going to back off a little bit, showing us a beautiful view of that Waffle Cone 6 skin. One of my favorites in the game at the moment. But Skills is going to see if he can find anyone else there. While the Jaeger recovers, has a bit of a moment to think about what he's done. And it seems Hog's gone down and died through the IQ there with the pistol.
Where in the world did he die?
That might have, that has gone off from above. The utilization of the breach charges and Sledge's hammer. And they were able to find the Maestro and shut him down very quickly, looking like site is relatively empty in terms of defenders here. could be a quick take. Jake using the MPX manages to find a kill onto Fire Axis. Looks like he might find one to Coach as well. Coach in a very bad situation. He's going to have to use the ACOG to fight this. Low health could mean he falls very soon, though.
20 seconds on the clock. And once again, we see these defenders push super late as their thermite will get down. And now it's all up to a 1v3. Oh, as Jocelyn picks up 2. It was actually a 1v4. But
10 seconds left.
came a 1v3 and it won't matter. Rex will find the kill with that IED cap cannon trap.
Yeah, even though it was placed so low, it seems he was just on low enough health that it's just going to take him out. The ankle detonation there. A little pog in chat there.
Swansea looking like they have a strong lead so far, like they did last map. You know, I don't think anything's really going to change. They might pick up a couple rounds before they switch sides. Hopefully they do. But for the side of Lancaster, I don't really see how this is going to go well in their favor. As we saw last like I'm saying again, last game we saw Swansea with a semi-big lead as they had all that momentum in their favor. And Lancaster just couldn't break that curse that they had on them.
Yeah, it seems like Lancaster are just having a tough time taking these rounds. They occasionally get a couple of rounds in, but straight away Swansea are back on it, back on their game, and they know what to do to shut them down and you know, clinch victory for themselves. Going back into basement again, the servers, CCTV lockers. I always call it servers because you have to push through servers to get the issue. But it is officially CCTV lockers. Nice, a lot of setup alignment to watch into garage. Interesting that they've decided to do it in that manner. I personally wouldn't open up the wall as it does leave the smoke will most likely be playing on the reinforcement, just that sort of gold quite exposed. But Axis is going to hold angle with the ACOG down into Dutch Normal, see if he can take any quick kills at the beginning of the round.
So Monty will be in play now. I think they swapped it out for Zofia last time. It was a 6-pick on Zofia from a Montaigne, and it seems like they will be keeping that Montaigne. Nice little Spider-Man repel from that thermite.
So useful for this push. As you can just walk up in dirt tunnel and force out anyone you've got hiding in there, and it looks like that is what he is going to prep to do. As we see some drone will come up from Mahi, but Axis taking the team kill. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't think we quite managed to catch it, but something went down there, and it didn't end well.
That's in B side, I think, or Red Hall or something. That was nowhere near any enemy lines of sight.
That's Maestro gun now, which could be a problem.
That is.
Cam's still going to work with cameras, but they lack that potential plant denial in the form of the lasers.
Jocelyn with some pretty big intel that he's gathering right about here. Thermite will be opening up that north wall, allowing attackers to plant the diffuser behind that table.
Yeah,
Those will still be alive to use those smoke canisters as Miraculous finds the second quote-unquote team kill has occurred. That will put the defenders at a 2-man advantage now. Smoke canisters will eventually delay the push from the attacking side.
That is 2 of his smoke canisters used relatively early into the round, but Havana holding above, making sure no one's going to come through on that rotate, so even as those have gone down, looks like Coach actually might get the diffuser down here. He's very close to it, and the diffuser has gone down. Smoke too far off, and he does get killed by the Habana from above, watching admin off the hatch, as Monty just is going to stand. He's going to stand there menacingly as Hog tries to find a kill onto the Habana so that he can rotate in to try and deal with this Monty.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do. No Nitro
He rotates in anyway and gets taken out by Coach, flying prone in servers. Coach pulling all the way back to tunnel here as Axis looks for the kill but doesn't quite manage to find it as Fire Axis rotates back and takes him out from break room.
Fire Axis kills Axis. That is...
What
a coincidence.
Yeah, you gotta like coincidences like that. So this is now the last defense round for Swansea here before switch over onto attack 3-2. Only one round down for Lancaster. Not too bad, but they have seemed to be struggling even when they win those rounds. They are losing a lot of men in their pushes. Oh,
I think I jinxed the whole Swansea keeping the momentum thing because they lost a round
well,
eventually.
yeah, we saw this last game as well. They started to lose a couple of rounds. It looked like Lancaster might be able to pull it back, but in the
Attackers
end,
need to locate
Swansea
and
did
defuse
come
as
out
many
on top.
bombs as they can.
I got a phone call. Give me a second.
Of course. So, going up into CEO office once again, getting those 4 back walls reinforced. Looking like they might leave janitor / paper it's an open. Hog's gonna make himself a little peek hole through the wall, so he can just make sure that they don't push in there and get free destruction of bandit charges or other gadgets. The Jaeger, the ADS is going to be
5
very
seconds to go.
useful against very little here, as there are no
Attackers'
grenades,
objective is to
no
locate a
real
bomb and
projectiles
defuse
that can be taken out by it. So the ADS is sort of maybe just as an afterthought in terms of picking Jaeger. Might just picked him for his gun and fragging potential.
Yeah, he has 46 damage per shot or something like that with his gun.
Yeah, it is an AR on
Yeah,
Lancaster.
that's crazy. 3 shots to the body. There's nothing like. It's a good gun, yeah, but however, it's not the best gun in the game.
No, but it is a very popular one. It's not got too much recoil.
Yeah.
Relatively easy to use. And Jaeger's a bit of a safety pick for a lot of people.
And it's a pretty small sized assault rifle, so it also works in the favor if you're trying to hold a tight angle. Your gun's not so exposed when it sticks out. It's more tucked in than a typical full-size assault rifle.
Yep. Jake again on the rotates. Just make sure he's roaming, seeing if he can take anyone out as they come into the building, holding a interestingly long angle there with the MPX. Now, while the MPX is very well known to be the longest range gun in the game due to its low damage but ability to hit headshots, it is not really what you want to be holding that fight with. That AR with the ACOG is going to win that fight. So he has taken the wise choice and backed off of it. Fire Access has realized that and he's going to take advantage of this, pushing up main stairs.
Arax on the approach, but I don't think he's aware of this dock here. With this deployable shield and the ADS will work in his favor. So even if flashbangs do come out, which they most likely won't, considering that will expose the Habana a lot. You just see them 1v1. Ooh, and Firaxis wins that fight against Axis. So Firaxis and Axis, once again going at it, and Firaxis killing Axis 2 times. So that's just okay.
Hog now is going to be the next obstacle for Fire Access.
Oh, what?
Fire Access looks the wrong way, but Hog not able to cinch the kill. A lovely 180 there as he takes him out, finds the head.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
He is low HP now, as Coach on Thermite does go down to a goo mine. Fire Access is going to move up, see if he can
Attackers recovered the bomb
just
diffuser.
confirm that is a safe revive. His Legion goes on the rotate, hungry for the kill on that Thermite. He peeks around the corner. He manages to find the Thermite, takes him out, and he's going to rotate back to his original hiding spot. The Monty is going to find him, and that seems like that might be the round for the attackers, for Lancaster here.
Yep.
Especially as he runs around the corner and Fire Axis finds him very quickly.
He did that to Hog, dude. He
Yeah,
did that to Hog. You know what I'm thinking? He harnessed Hog's energy and used it against him.
He sapped his life force and turned around and smacked him back with him. That was incredible. I'm gonna have to say this because I love it. And someone clip that. I want to watch that again and again.
Put it on Reddit.
Yeah, that goes on Reddit. That's beautiful. The 180, there was no way Hog should have lost that fight, and yet he did. I'm still not sure why.
I think you called it from the first map that the Hog was starting to underperform as the matches progressed.
And I also kind of jinxed the whole momentum thing with Swansea keeping the momentum as they lost the last 2 rounds. So now it is an even game at 3-3. So this could be anyone's map at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is really, really. It's coming close now. It really is. I love to see it
Bomb
because
located by
when it gets
attackers.
close, we gotta see these really cool plays come up. And I, for one, cannot wait to see who manages to clinch victory here. I as much as Swansea seem to be the dominant force in this game, I'd also love to see Lancaster pull it
10
back.
seconds
Everyone
to
loves an
go.
underdog story. Maybe Swansea less so here, but
5 seconds to insertion.
we'll find out.
Whose map pick was this?
I can check that for you very quickly. I think this is Bank, which was Lancaster map pick.
ADS deployed.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you know, they are proving to show that their map pick was in fact worth the pick,
Yep,
as they are tied up 3-3.
3-3, yeah. The attackers here running again, pretty standard setup. They've dropped the Monty off again for a Zofia though. They're wanting to bring that fragging potential and a little bit of soft destruction. Take out any Maestro cams and non-visible bandit batteries.
Attackers have located a
But
bomb.
they're
Is that
going
someone
to.
repelling
Yeah,
on
I
the
think.
front? That should be
Mm,
someone.
I don't believe
Oh, that is, dude. We got Spider-Man in the lobby.
so. They are going to have to fight that potentially with ACOGs. Castle managed to find a drone. It's the Habana on the front, looking to try and pick off any kill she can find.
Uh-oh.
As the Zofia.
Oh no!
He manages to find it onto Coach. The length of that shot was incredible. Half a map away. No regrets on that one. That
And he
was
got-
it was beautiful. That's some insane range on it. And that's why you don't fight an ACOG when you haven't got one. It's just not the done thing. Fire access on Doc checking his bulletproof cam. They're just verifying that no one's set up on parking garage. He could have been used to fight the Habana, but he is playing safe and trying to make sure he doesn't get fragged out, knowing that the ACOG and those heals could be very useful later in the round.
What is happening?
Axis there looks like he managed to take a double kill. We had a little issue with things dropping in and out there, but we are all good. Axis back on the reverse repel as Zofia, as Hog starts to plant the diffuser.
Attackers are
4v2.
activating the bomb
Yeah. No, I don't know about this one.
Yeah,
Zofia is on this repel. The only way to really kill Zofia, either you hop out or you win that fight. But it doesn't seem like either of those choices will be available to the defenders.
especially she tags up that cart, so he's now going to be low. Snoopy gets taken out from Skylight. Jake on it with that ACOG again, and Hog manages to find Mahi there. Finish the round. Maybe Hog's back on it. He's on his frag
we'll
mine.
see. He's on the frag bite. We'll see. It is the half, so they will have the attacking side in their favor, and we'll see if Hog can harness that energy back in, use his inner zen to hopefully assist him here.
I'd love to see it. Certainly will make this match a hell of a lot more interesting. Not that it's not interesting enough after some really nice shooting both sides there.
That Spider-Man repel in the front. Ooh, that was spicy.
That was good. We like it. We're seeing another CEO tape here as Cass is brought out again, just blocking off those windows, making it so no one can take those easy peeks on it, those easy kills from long.
Attackers need to locate
Really
and
making those
defuse as many
attackers
bombs
work
as
for the
they
kills.
can.
I had a feeling someone was gonna die to that eventually, because that's not an angle you typically would check at all from a defending point of view.
And
Because-
yeah.
You know, no one's gonna want to peek. I mean, you have an ACOG, yeah, it makes sense to challenge it, but the dog was looking the complete wrong direction. I mean, he got caught, he got sidewinded in that front lobby, so it wouldn't have even mattered at that point.
Yeah, and you saw him take the time to line up that kill, making sure it was nice and clean. He was not going to squander that opportunity. And he took his time. He knew he could take the time because the enemy Ushuna had no idea he was there. He took the time, he took the headshot. got him a lovely little kill there. You running around, utilizing the shotgun to prep site, opening up some holes at the bottom of walls, prepping hatches, and destroying vases so you can sit in the corner a little more safely. SMG-11 going to be essentially his primary weapon of choice here as the attackers start to make their way towards the building. Looking like they're already going to get prepped for that reverse repel again. Axis on the Zofia as well. Sits in the reverse repel on the sim window, just ready to start taking him out as Erect and Trauma manages to take out Mahi with the LMG on Gridlock. Anna there,
quick.
back on that angle on the front, hoping she can find someone once again. And we are not that long into the round as one kill has already gone down. Firex is going to be droned out inside of front desk. He's going to find himself playing relatively safe, though, as he's got those castle barricades. Keep those bullets away from him. Barna's going to see to that very shortly, though. She is going to open them up. He's going to make an effort not to peek that because it could end horribly for him. Barna perhaps a drone in now. Another drone in to see if she can find him. And just work out exactly where he is, knowing that he has moved. Maverick there sees the deployable shield and doesn't seem to react to it. The castle has gone down as well. Maverick rotating to front lobby, finding the dock, finding the fight and winning it just. He is now very tagged up as we're in a 2v5. Coach and Snoopy, Jaeger and the Mute are going to have to defend this site as Plant goes down, but I don't think Mute knows. He seems to hear it and starts to look away a little bit. The right getting the track stingers out as Coach manages to find the head of Skills in front desk. Gridlock going prone there as he takes a couple of shots from them. Hog finds Coach and Snoopy now 1v4. Map littered with track stingers. Gonna have a hard time retaking site, and then he's gonna have to take those kills when he gets there anyway.
Come on, Hog, get this kill, Hog. Please, Hog. Oh no, Jake's on that skylight. Once again, he's gonna be holding that rotation down onto square. And it's just impossible to counter that at that point. 1v4, there's nothing he could have done at all. No question about it.
Yeah, immediately shut down. Nothing he could do. That's such a tight angle as well. There's a reason everyone always says not to fight on skylight or square, whatever you want to call it. And it's just that it's generally at that point in the round is going to be so attacker sided to hold.
After 2 losses, CEO, they will eventually go downstairs to lockers and CCTV.
Yeah, bringing the Kite out here and the Pulse again. We've seen the Pulse, I imagine, holding a gold, watching those backstairs. But I'm interested to see if they've got any new strategies, like pushing the Pulse really far up in the tunnel as they start prepping their gadgets and getting everything up. Now,
I mean, nitros. They have 3 nitro cells, possibly.
Potential of 3 nitros.
Yes.
Yep, one on the Valkyrie, one on the Kaid, which was added relatively recently, and one on the Pulse. The Kaid may, of course, just have impacts instead, but more likely this is going to nitro, especially for this site.
10 seconds left
Before the round starts, just want to quick note, you got a bit of a affection for Hog, it seems, as you mentioned, your first experience with USL, and you've seen Hog coming on that first map, absolutely frightening out. I believe he ended the map on 12 or 13 kills, a few deaths, but back on his fragmite now. So you hoping to see some more kills from him?
Hopefully I can see an ace, but I mean, obviously that's the least of my concerns is an ace. As long as they win the round, as long as Hog does his job. And I like how you said affection. It's a really good, interesting choice of words to use.
It's just a little burgeoning relationship might be coming out of this. I'm sure Hog and the Swansea team will go back and review the VOD, see where the mistakes were, where their good plays were, and to just relive that first map, at least certainly. So, Hog, if you're listening to this, if you see this, hit up Gulpin, maybe you can
Listen, we could be bros, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not going any further than just being a bro.
That's nice. You do you.
Nothing
We are
against
gonna see.
nothing against the people who, you know, want to do that kind of stuff, but just not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be inclusive. You got to be inclusive. We see Erectile again on the gridlock, throwing out those track stingers, just shutting down any rotates, making sure not going to be caught off guard. They are a lovely little gadget. You got two options with them. You shoot them out and you make noise, or you step on them and make noise. Either way, you are gonna let them know. You are gonna be revealing yourself in one way or another.
There it is. I was waiting for you to get it.
Ooh, yeah, I've run out of water and it's very hot, so I am having a
Attackers have located
bit of an
the
issue with
bomb.
that. But I will take a break after this match and get my game of fuel in me.
Get your hydration game up.
It's important. You got to be hydrated.
Yes, sir. I got what do I got right now? I got a 33.8 ounce bottle of water.
I don't know how to judge what
Convert it.
size that is.
Alright,
If you
1
want-
liter.
1 liter of water. There you go. That's about what I had, but I drink a lot of water. Maverick starting to take some kills through the hatch above there. We got a bit distracted talking about hydration, but we're back on it now. Maverick has opened little holes and he's just seeing if he can take a cheeky little peek there as the kite is playing below in garage. The one smoke already coming out from Fire Axis there. Another one coming out.
Oh my god, he's in. That
as-
man just sprinted.
Hog just sprints all the way through and goes for a plant in a non-default location, and I don't think they know.
This
They
is
can't
why Hog's
find
my
him.
favorite player.
Activating the diffuser.
Coach goes down to Jake there. As Jake continues to hold the longer angle.
Oh,
And
God.
Skits takes out Snoopy. Firex is taking out Hog, unfortunate for you, but Skits is going to then find another frag onto Jassy.
I told you. Hog's brain is just so big.
That was immensely big brain. He took advantage of the smoke. Fireaxis takes a lovely headshot with the SMG-11 onto a rectal. That is the
NT.
that's the round gone as Jake takes another kill as Habana, holding that long angle door. Very quick reaction times there.
That was okay
Great
because
easy kill.
as soon as Hog started making that play, my initial thought was, why don't they just have a solo guy push through garage and hopefully pinch, like maybe a Maverick, you know what I'm saying? Like the Maverick can go through garage. If that garage door is barricaded off to that hallway, he could make use of his gadget and make lines of sight into the red hall and, you know, potentially flush out 2 players from red hall. But I mean, you know, Hog just made a big boy play and decided to just shift W right into that wall close and just plant that diffuser. That kind of would run down the round that right there.
Suddenly he realized that he wasn't going to be able to get that plant down default.
Yeah.
The smokes were landing
Attackers need
perfectly,
to locate
so
And
he
they,
took it
I
at
think they had
maximum
nitros
time.
still. They still
Yeah,
had
they
nitros
still
though.
had nitros.
So-
And they just didn't. They heard the plant going down. They assumed it was default. They didn't take the time to check. Jake there as top fragger for Swansea, 10-3-6. Fireaxis as top fragger, also pulling 10 kills for his team. Hog not doing too badly, but not quite the 12 kills we saw on Clubhouse. Fireaxis back on the smoke again with his SMG-11. I've seen this man play with the SMG-11. He's not always consistent with it, but when he is on his game, he is incredibly destructive. And I'd like to see that come out. It's fun to see. It's always good to see someone play well with the SMG. It's in certain circles a very underappreciated gun, but the higher ranks get, the more people you see using them, just loving that high fire rate, allowing you to get led into those one-shot headshots.
Yes, sir. Oh, a little bit of lag. A lot of bit of lag.
Activating drone.
They pressing melee that barricade.
Yeah, he does manage to get it open though. And he's gonna start droning himself in through Stalker's Axis. Once again, sets himself up on the reverse rappel on the north side of the map. Just holding angles with that
Changing
ACOG.
mags.
There's no way they're gonna find him
Bomb
there. They're
located
gonna
by
have
attackers.
one up. Being this early in the round, they might be able to pull it off. Might be able to find it.
A bomb has been
See an
located.
upstairs hold from Coach on the Valkyrie. I believe he has outside cameras. I'm not entirely sure about that call, but an interesting choice for the Maestro to play upstairs. I mean, his gadgets are not the most useful in a site like Teller's Archives,
However, they can be useful if they are positioned properly. They're essentially just a rotational bulletproof camera. That's what they are. You know.
Yep.
Except they do damage.
Yes. Coach there did see a shadow of Axis on the window. Is now still holding Reverse Republic, now rotated over to the other window. Seems like they are just playing a little game where neither of them are able to find each other on it. But Axis, just as I say, that does manage to find the kill onto Coach, meaning Valkyrie is going to go down, giving the attackers a man advantage. Still having Maestro hold upstairs, though he may go down relatively quickly as Jake manages to find him as Havana. They're going to now start opening the floor above, I imagine, and just trying to start finding kills and destruction of gadgets from above.
Uh-oh. Alright, well. It seems like, was it Swansea is the blue?
Swansea, yep.
Yeah. It seems like they're just going to be taking this map. I mean, 5v2, 45 seconds left. Smoke still on the skylight staircase. I'm not sure if Hog's aware of this. Hog, please be aware of this and fry this. Fry the smoke. Come on.
Hog looking down
Right
the stairs.
there.
He might
no.
find him. He's not going to quite find him as Firexis does.
My
Get to
favorite
use his
player is dead.
SMG-11 to take the kill. I'm sorry for you. But it's how the round goes, how the game goes, and it still looks like this might be a win this round for the attackers. If they can get together, get the diffuser.
There's no
Get
site
this
presence for the
one
attackers at
down.
all.
15 seconds
Only
to go.
15 seconds left on the clock.
Did you see him?
Pulls out the bearing 9.
No.
He sees him. Doesn't quite manage to take the kill. He does
Oh,
go
no.
down.
Oh, no.
Smoke cleaning up the kill as Snoopy Lad takes one onto Skilt. 4 seconds left on the clock.
No, they lost.
And it looks like this might be a win for the
no.
defenders.
Operators, you have run out
The
of
shotgun
time.
missed, but it's fine. They won the round anyway.
That
That was
was
very
sad.
close.
That was sad.
I know.
What was that, a 5v2, 45 seconds left? They had that. That smoke play, though, that was a good play. To play really aggressive in a situation like that where the entire site's just open, you have nowhere in sight to play, playing aggressive like that as a smoke, or as anyone for that matter, is just really, really good. It's a mind game.
Absolutely. It's what half this game is. Half this game is psyching your enemies out and giving yourself openings to attack them. Where even if you're on defense, you need those openings. You need to find the gaps in what they're doing in their plan. Playing a bit of a mind game means them kind of more likely to open those up. Seeing the gridlock be brought out again as we are
Defenders, protect
still
your
sat
bombs from
on
being
match
defused by
point for
attackers.
Swansea. Seeing if they can clutch it here. I think that might just been a bad round for them. Just they were losing players where they didn't really want to. Firexis and Jake both still neck and neck. Hug as the second highest fragger on his team with 7 kills. So he's not doing too badly. He's doing alright, but not quite performing as he did on Clubhouse. Background coach again getting those cams out to assist the team, making sure that that plant does not go down without them knowing. Again,
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, well, they do bring out the
5
gridlock.
seconds remaining.
Okay, so if they do what I said that would work, quote unquote, take Garage. Maverick could obviously be a huge like you don't want to force Hog in a situation where he has to run up against that wall again, because obviously not all opportunities are going to be as open as that one was that one round. But yeah, we'll see access this time come from Garage, which is going to be a nice change of pace for the attacking side.
so he's going to put some pressure on Garage side, just really making sure that they are really feeling the pressure of the attacking side, meaning they are going to have to really split their defenders up, meaning they can't all just have 5 guns focused into one doorway. They are going to have to watch for that push. Looks like he might actually push through main lobby and come down the main stairs instead. Also an acceptable push, but the Habana there going to be looking to prep and open those hatches, just making sure that nothing's going to be done against them. No card electroclaw on the hatch. There are some track stingers stuck in the rotator top of blue. Snoopy finds the kill onto Skits. That is the Maverick gone down. Snoopy playing upstairs as Jaeger. He's opened his hatches and he's ready to take out anyone who roams below him. They have called that though, as Jake on Habana is going to go for a rotate. He's going to see if he can drone him. Doesn't quite have a drone up there for himself, so he is going to play blind here. He sees him though, takes some shots into him, and does manage to take him out. Wasn't able to find the head, but did manage to take the kill. The high damage of the AR really carrying that fight for him as he drops down and gets into service with the rest of his team. Thermite with a diffuser, Hog
Oh, wait.
on
you
his
guys
way
are
in.
Fia? All the way in the back. I think she's going garage now. I think she. Yep.
Maybe.
All right. She's
Yep.
going for a garage push now. All right. This
Look.
is the exact play that I was talking about. That might win them the round without forcing the person with the fuse. Okay. So they have smokes go out from the gridlock, and that smoke will miss his canister.
Yeah, looks like they've thrown the smoke grenade out to bait the utility coming out, the nitros and the smokes. Smoke just sat here now, waiting till he needs to throw his canisters out. Hoping he doesn't miss as Hog starts to get the diffuser down. The smoke grenade goes out. I can't quite tell from this angle. Looks like he might be safe. He is safe, and he is going to try throw it down
Smoke
again.
miss.
Smoke throws another one, but it goes too far. Hog cancels it, afraid of that Hudson babe that flies over his head. He goes for trying to get it down for the third time. Valkyrie tries the nitro out. The nitro goes out, but doesn't hit her. Habana's in, starting to cause a bit of havoc on the side of the defenders, but she does get taken out. Axis taking a refrag onto Fire Axis. That
Alright.
Peak is very much helping. Goes down to those Ophir's pistol. Coach taking a refrag. Axis taking another one above, and Diffuser is down. Coach is now left 1v2 in a post plant. Taking shots coming towards him. No nitro, but he knows where the Zofia is. Not quite able to take her out. Does a fair amount of damage. She's going to back off. But the Thermite. The Thermite almost takes him out with the pistol where Axis stole the kill. I can't believe to do that. And that is going to be map number 2 for Swansea.
Alright, well, if all games were predicted correctly, we could see a 3-0 shutout here. So, we'll see how this goes. What's the next map?
Next map, I believe, is going to be Okay, and we are here with our third and potential final map. Border. This is a Swansea picked map, as they're going to start out banning as well for.
All right. Predictions for this game, Obscura. Let me hear it.
As much as I'd love to see an underdog story and see Lancaster come out on top here, so we go to a fourth map. I'm feeling like, given this is Swansea's map, and apparently they've historically done very well on this map. They've won a lot of rounds on it, so I think we might see this be the final map. We might see Swansea come in and win this. We see a second bag come out here, another Jackal. They don't like Swansea's roam game. They don't like Swansea's attack game, so they don't want them. They want to be roaming to shut that down. Even got a little bit mixed up in my head, crossed some wires there, but back on track now. And another mirror ban. Again, very, very common to see. Mirror just so good at slowing people down and stopping them in their track.
Valkyrie, guaranteed. Okay, never mind. Same thing.
So about that guaranteed Valkyrie, man.
Okay, listen. It's basically the equivalent, except he just doesn't have the stunning effect, or Valkyrie doesn't have the stunning effect. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, Valkyrie does not have the plant denial that Echo does.
You know, but one of the reasons I predicted that a Valkyrie would be banned is because of the runouts that are potential with a Valkyrie, and as we see, the Valkyrie will. Oh, whoa. Okay, so yeah, so they will switch. Valkyrie will be selected. Okay, I guess not. Two players decided to play Valkyrie, decided not to play Valkyrie. I don't know what's happening. But okay, there we go. About time. Axis switches off onto the Valkyrie. There we go. All right, you always need some kind of intel. Masher's not going to do enough of that, so Valkyrie will provide 3 of her own custom-placed cameras around the map.
I especially think we're going to see one outside watching of a vent area. It's a pretty common camera to get set up, but it just provides so much intel. It just keeps them safe. Erectal practicing his aim on fans there. He wants to make sure that anything that spins is going to be shut down nice and quickly. He doesn't want to see those fans spinning and distracting him. Which is fair enough. They are going to get back of Archives wall reinforced, just events for an easy take through office. Just giving a little bit of a extra obstacle to work through, so to speak.
I don't know how the bandit's going to necessarily take down this wall, considering that they do have a Buck, a Thatcher, and a Capital. Capital can fire him out, Buck can buck below and basically make that entire inner part of the wall useless for anyone that decides to, trick it. And Thatcher just destroys the bandits right off the wall. So we'll see how this works out. Hopefully they can kill one of the more vital operators when it comes to that situation.
Well, it does look like Buck is preparing to go in below, potentially. He's checking for cameras out here, making sure the camera's sat outside. He is going to, I believe, drone himself in below, and then potentially start opening up that floor, just preventing that bandit tricking, meaning armory wall is going to open, I imagine, rather quickly.
Capital already dead. Good shot, Axis.
Yeah, the MPX. But they're coming in clutch for him. Fire Axis takes out the Capcan though. Buck already establishing that control below, just making sure that he's in control down there, and he wants everyone to know. He's going to open up here into vents, it looks like. Yeah, and he's going to move towards opening this wall now.
Uh-oh.
Just waiting for the call from his team.
Did he see it?
I don't think he did.
Oh.
I don't think he saw the man from half wall. So he has been allowed to get out of that. He starts opening up below, and Bandit's now not going to find himself safe to trick. Sounds like the wall might have just gone open there. No. They just breached the wall in CCTV, so an easier peek on. Bandit still managed to keep one of his batteries alive as Buck only did half of the job, and he's taking half the floor there. So he is going to be able to still keep that one wall electrified. Not that will stop him.
I'm assuming they're saving the thermite charge for a push in office. I'm not entirely sure. Another choice they could have done was waited until that left side of the wall was not banded it anymore because that angle provides more coverage into sight than the one that's closer to the doorway.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Let's see what they decide to do here.
Down to only 50 seconds left on the clock, and with only one kill on each side, very little has happened. The Buck, it sounds like he's getting the floor opened a lot better now, so they can open it, but Thatcher is going to make sure there's no gadgets there to stop that wall opening, and they are, it looks of it, going for an office plant. Buck now rejoined with his team. Mahi holds angles on the Thatcher. Hog on Maestro, very pinned in that corner, taking shots onto his deployable shield, almost finds the head of the Nomad, but Nomad is just quicker off the draw. The AK, very, very distracted with those 41 rounds in the mag.
10 seconds.
The older
Kobe.
should be more distracted. Jake finds one kill,
Oh
and then
my
another
god.
2 nitrics go off, and then the round is ended
Triple explosions.
with a Capcan trap.
Triple explosions.
Nomad breaks the barbed wire, but doesn't quite spot the Capcan trap.
They actually got a bomb squad on that. 2 nitros, 1 from each player. You had 1 from the band, I think 1 from the Valkyrie, and then you had Capcan also.
Yeah, that's a very explosive end to the round.
A quick switch onto the ventilation workshop site as they only lost 1 round inside of Armory, and they will just change that up real quick. Will be switched off to Jaeger.
They're just gonna give themselves a secondary site here. It's a nice one to have, and they look like they are gonna get at least a little bit of control above. I imagine Maestro might open some of that floor
Attackers
up
need to locate and
with
defuse
his
the bomb.
bailiff secondary. But we will have to see. Attackers here will definitely be gearing up for this attack, looking like they're going to take as much control as they can above before starting to go for that plant in vents. We've got the Frost here, which is basically going to stop them from hopping in windows very quickly, but you don't really see Frost played a lot in this, in a competitive setting. Frost tends to sort of be sidelined and left because our traps are relatively easy to see. They do provide that instant down, and if you've got a team that are rushing and hitting Captain traps,
10 seconds to
they
go.
may potentially hit a Frostmat.
So we'll see a Legion and a Frost combo, and a little synergy that you can get between both of them is that if you actually down a player with that Frost mat, Legion Mine can actually be right next to it and really clean up the kill without having a defender have a line of sight onto that Frost mat, onto that downed player. So you could basically just secure a free kill if any defenders or any attackers decide to run into that Frost mat.
Oh, absolutely, but it is, like I said, I'm going to be banking on the fact that they just maybe won't spot it. Fireaxe is here once again on Buck. While I'm not a fan of the weapon skin, I am a fan of him playing Buck. He seems to play it really well, and I'm a little jealous. I'd like to be able to play Buck that well. I think he's a very strong operator. A Jaeger taking some shots through the wall, almost hitting the Buck, but not quite, as he's going to resign himself to staying or playing around office hallway / fountain, whatever you want to call it.
We'll see the double up coming from the Legion and the Jaeger as he's going to prone himself inside a fountain, so this sets up kind of a cross now. Oh my god. A little bit of a mass mayhem right there as the Jaeger will try to run out on the Buck, but the Buck would just, he's just waiting, or just unlucky timing for the Jaeger.
But not quite able to find where the Jaegers run off to, but Legion is able to find the Nomad.
What?
Not able to secure the kill. Pulls out the pistol, does manage it. Coach going down to Skilts, and it looks like the Buck of Fire Axis went down to Axis. Axis then refragged out. Snoopy Land takes 2 kills onto Axis and Skilts, who tries to take the run out. IQ now in a 2v3 situation. Pulls the green mine out and starts to continue pushing across top floor, just seeing if they can get control. Thatcher there with them as they start to open some breach charges. Jake there on the Legion start pre-firing through the ceiling, just seeing if he can catch someone. Unfortunately, not able to. Lancaster recovering the diffuser there. Very little amount of time on the clock, 55 seconds only. Let me see if they can pull this off.
I'm just confused as to how that Nomad didn't die. I'm pretty sure the Legion shot her in the leg, and after she was down, and I don't know if it was a client-sided thing, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that blood came out. I'm pretty sure the blood came out of that leg. Not entirely sure.
Yep. I'm also not 100% sure on that, but looks like this Maestro cam is going to go out. He didn't place it very intelligently, but Snoopy Lamb finding a kill onto Hog, leveling out to 2v2 as Mahi on the Thatcher starts to
Oh,
get the
no.
plant down.
The bomb diffuser.
Jake
Nope.
does manage to rotate and
Seconds
find the
left.
kill and stop that. Snoopy now with 10 seconds-ish left on the clock. Diffuser is down in sight. He's 1v2.
Attackers
Seems like
recovered
this
the bomb
might be a
diffuser.
loss
Seconds
this
left.
round for them, and it is. The Frost finding the kill there.
He shouldn't have planted
Still
there. I
on that
mean,
now.
his teammate was still up top.
Yeah.
And no, okay, so in a situation like that, you want, if you're planting there especially, you'd want to have one of your teammates at the front door to ensure that that front door area is completely covered off. The rotation's not that big of a deal when it comes to planting in a spot like that. But it is just, super vital to have that front door secured.
Oh, absolutely. And unfortunately, I think they felt the time pressure there. They really felt needed to get the plant down. I think Mahi was probably hearing his team just really calling for that plant to go down. And so he just rushed it, didn't quite verify that he had a teammate up with him, and it cost him the round potentially.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So going down into first floor here, the customs site. An interesting one, and not one I very much like, but we are at the point where Swansea have won 2 sites in a row on defense, so they are going to have to basically pick a site almost to lose. A lot of teams do this. They have a site that you take it, it doesn't really matter, you're just sort of taking it. It's a way to round out and take your actual site. But given how well they've been holding and defending, they might actually be able to pull this off. This is once again a site that requires a lot of top floor control, and if they can hold that well, they should do
Attackers are heading
well.
to defuse a bomb.
Alright, so let's see what changes they'll make to their defense. They have won 2 rounds in a row now, and as predicted, it seems like this game will be in their favor. Hopefully they can close this out. The least we could expect for is or the most we could expect here actually, is a 7-0 shutout. Because obviously they're in the lead right now, 2-0. It seems like they know what they're doing. They have everything unlocked, nothing really going wrong. Sometimes some of the rounds it comes down to the very edge, to the very last second kind of decisions and last decision plays. But at the end of the day, all these plays that they've been making so far, they worked out. They've good teamwork. Some plays we've seen are individually coordinated, not really the most team based. But I mean, if it works, it works. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we start to see with this attack, they're aware there's going to be some top floor control from the defenders, but they're not 100% sure where it is. Just going for pre-fires and common spots in if they can take a wallbang. I don't think the Nomad Jassy in there quite spotted the head, the defender holding upstairs. Can't quite tell who that is. It is the Valkyrie. It seems Coach has now droned her out though. So she is going to be very pinned there and is not going to manage to take an escape. Axis goes down.
Oh no. Coach
takes one. Jake manages to take a refrag, but that is 2 down for the defenders and 1 down for the attack. Is the Thermite down? And the Thermite, Thatcher even. Doesn't seem like they're going to be using him too much though, as they are looking to take a top floor control rather than playing through detention.
I feel like the defenders should have brought a castle. Oh no, what is this? Oh lord.
Tap
Takes
fire.
all over Praxis.
Yeah, C8 tap fire through the floor. He's able to just find that leg, take him out. It's a slow kill, but he fought for it and he earned it.
Back to what I was saying, I feel like they really should have brought a castle out of a site like this, especially if you're going to hold up top, where you know that those barricades are going to be super important to denying information and pushes from the attacking side. So, with a castle in play there, you can effectively just have some angles that you don't want to cover covered up, and you'll be aware if an enemy gets through, because they can't shoot it open with bullets. Obviously, they have to use either melee or some kind of explosive to open it up. But it won't matter because Firaxis and Snoopy Lad will clean up the round, picking off Skilt and Erectile, and bringing their first round on the board for Lancaster.
Yeah, like I said, seems like they just took a site to lose. They weren't too worried about how it went for them, as they have now got Armory Lockers unlocked again. Gonna be popping back up there in a much stronger defensive site. There is something I have noticed. On all 3 maps we played today, there's an operator who I think we should have seen, and we haven't yet.
Let me think. I have no. Let's see. Who's? Let
Well,
me take a wild
it's a
guess.
male operator, it's a defender, and he's short.
Short?
It's my boy Mozzie.
He's short. I don't know
Mozzie,
heights.
yeah. No, Mozzie is one of the shortest operators in Siege. I think
Attackers need to
his
locate
Ying
and
might be the
defuse
only
as
one
many
shorter,
bombs as
but
they can.
it's a whole joke about it. But we haven't seen a Mozzie yet play, and that surprised me because both his guns are great. He's got a really nice gadget that stops a lot of utility from the attackers. You know, drone economy is a huge thing in Siege, especially at this level. And so having a drone that you can use as a defender and it's taken away from the attackers is huge. And they just haven't bought him out once. And
The fact that he has a shotgun secondary.
yeah, the
That's
utility
also
that he has, he's got the Nitro, 2 great guns, a great gadget, and the shotgun secondary. And yet we haven't seen him all game. I don't know if the players aren't confident with him or whether they just feel they don't need him. But, you know, my advice is always, you know, see if you can fit a Mozzie in there somewhere. A couple of rounds is enough to make them scared of him and worried that they're going to be losing their drones, and just be a little more cautious with it. Slow down the way they play.
Well, it doesn't seem like drone work is necessarily the reason that Lancaster is losing. I just feel like it's more important for the defenders to play off the information that the attackers have achieved on them. So let's say, for instance, that you get droned out from a position, right? And they're not playing a really heavy roam game, to say, right? So they don't need to really necessarily worry about drones. You know, they're all playing sight unless the attackers decide to capitalize off that information. And, you know, let's say like the Buck, for instance, can go underneath and book out positions that the defenders are playing. Drone work isn't a huge factor for the defenders, let's say. And you see Capcan's been proven to be good. He got one of the ending kills, round ending kills. Legion also, you know, strongest, arguably one of the stronger operators on defense. Bandit, just an overall around good operator for, you know, the reinforced walls. You have Maestro. Maestro's a Maestro. You know, there's nothing much to say about him. He's an LMG on defense. What more can you want? And then Jaeger's just more of your standard all-around kind of defender who can kind of do it all.
That's who I would switch out. I'd switch out the Jaeger potentially. And maybe you'll lose his speed, sure, but not seeing a huge amount of kills with grenades and not a lot of flashes or smokes. So I think, you know, you could swap the Jaeger off. And while I do agree partially that there's not been a lot of drone work that's led to immediate kills, it has been strong. As Firaxis there, though, manages to take a kill onto a Rexel. Jake looking like he might go down there as he's trapped in Fountain just over half health. He throws a goo mine up. He has managed to tag up. Both attackers have pushed in there, but the wall is going to go open next. Maybe open next to him on Summit. He throws the impact out and hits Mahi, but Jassian refrags as Nomad with the ARX. Just as I said, they haven't been using many flashbangs, so flashbangs goes off and Skits takes out Coach. Is going to return to site 2v2 health in the side of the defenders.
Bomb located by attackers.
Gets it a lot of damage on that Nomad over there in the office. Could have possibly finished that kill, but he didn't want to take the risk of overpeaking and getting a little too over aggressive. We'll get the spots onto the Nomad inside of sight, but he won't be able to connect any necessarily. Knows that a player is still on that AC, and Axis gets the flank onto that main hallway now. Lets the IQ hobby into the window, going to be landing a shot, and yes he will. Snoopy now in a 1v1. 19 seconds on the clock to work with. Still has a diffuser inside of Arctic, but he has to rotate all the way around this table to actually retrieve it. The Bandit will be ready for it. Snoopy now checking every single corner he can, free-firing away, and
Looks like
checking his corners. And the cap get trapped. Oh, there is no cap. Wait, what? I'm tripping. Oh, okay, all right.
Managed to find the kill though.
All right.
Axis goes down to the 5-5-2.
Right. Dude, I could have sworn there was a Capcan trap on the door. I don't know if I'm tripping or something, but Snoopy gonna win the 1v2 situation because he's just Snoopy Lad with the IQ.
Yeah, I saw some people popping off in chat for Snoopy Lad. earlier back in the first game. So if they're still hanging around in chat, they'll be glad to have seen that one. Yeah, that's 2-2. That is not how I expected this game to be going so far, especially with what I'd heard about Swansea. But like I said, I love to see an underdog story. Love to see Lancaster pulling it through here. Although this is a big change of pace from their game last week, which was a destructive win. They are certainly struggling here. Snoopy Light showing off his big IQ. Switches from IQ to IQ.
Attackers need to locate
Uses
and
the license
defuse
in the
as
sixth
many
pick. That
bombs as
is,
they can.
is that doubling his IQ, or does it square it?
I don't know what it is. I guess he's just keeping the same IQ at that point.
Who knows? All I know is that it seems to be working out for him. He seems to be enjoying the IQ. It's fine. He's definitely going to be riding high after the last lot.
Little adjustment on that. Deployable shield as it will be angled at a certain angle, so where there should be a pixel peak available, but the way they've angled it, it actually protects more against that long balcony instead of riding a pixel peak angle, which is typically more straight, so more angled out towards the balcony. However, it is still a pixel peak, and you know, everyone loves a pixel peak, especially when you're playing on it, not to get killed by it. You know, pixel peaks are kind of frustrating to get killed by. You can't even see the guy. But, you know, whatever works for them, works for them. Shield's main objective is to just prevent gunfire from getting to a certain area, so we'll see that put to use eventually.
Absolutely. Fireaxes again, getting him below. He knows his job as a buck is to take out those bandit batteries, and he's going to get set on doing that very soon. He's droning in. You know, here's a time when a Mozzie would have been useful. Take that Mozzie out. Have the Mozzie playing downstairs. Buck now has no idea who's going to be down there, and if he's safe, just puts him on edge and slows him down a little bit. Though it does look like he is just going to have free reign downstairs, as most of Swansea are playing together upstairs, holding a really tight defense to site. Very little room, but if that works for your team, then, you know, go for it. Try and pull it off.
We'll see. That wall open by the defending side. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that, because it kind of just leaves a line of sight into archives. Mistake will be playing along this hatch, and I don't. Yeah, he's not going to be peeking much over towards that hallway area. As Hog will actually set up a cross here. It's not too much to worry about at the moment. So the Nomad sitting on half HP. And speaking of half the round is already gone, making this a little more time precious for the attackers. They have to still make their way towards those walls, as the Thermite needs to do his job properly. Let's see if he can effectively do that.
Fireaxe is now below in server workshop, seeing if he can find anyone just playing around those hatches, watching down. Looks like he might manage to find the Legion here, and he does.
Oh,
Jake
good night.
goes down. Yeah, that is a good night and a half. Not getting anything in chat for it, though. The Thermite charge does go off into Fountain. The Maestro takes out Thermite. Your boy Hog's back on it, as Mahi takes it. Yep. Hog does get taken down by Mahi, though, as he's now got a double kill this round. Now in a 2v4 situation for Swansea. This might be it. This might be the start of the Swansea choke.
It could be, possibly. I mean, right now it seems like this round is in the bag for Lancaster, as it now is a 4v1. Last player alive is Axis on that band. It does have full health. It's not impossible. It does down the player inside the small offense. That will be the Buck falling. Going to be opening that barricade to rotate all the way back into surface, and he's going to go for a long flank now. Not sure if the attackers are necessarily aware of this. However, the air jabs, I don't know if they're placed down in the right spots or not. Yes, it will be.
Seems like they have noticed him now as he tries to push forward. The MP7 not quite able to carry him to that kill. He's
Nitro
had
over?
half of his fuse time now.
No Nitro cell is going to be in use.
Trying to play it a little slower. And gets taken out by Snoopy Lad. Out on vents there. I don't think he noticed that the window had been meleeed in. That, or he ignored it. Either way, it's another round for Lancaster. They are really putting in the work here. Onto the last round of this setup.
Could this be the reverse sweep? This could be the reverse sweep.
Might happen.
Never know. Anything is possible when it comes to Siege. No
anything
team is
is.
better than the other. So
It's why we love the game. We love to see how dynamic it is and how quickly rounds can change on a dime. Pretty standard setup from both teams here. Jassy once again bringing the Nomad. Something that really slowed down the Bandit on that last round. He was trying to rotate but ran into an air jab. Had to slow down to take that out before he could push forward. But just taking a
Defenders,
look
protect your bombs from being
at
defused by
how they are
attackers.
going to play now. Swansea certainly going to be feeling the heat now, realizing that they are going to need to do something here. Fire Access there in chat, asking to drag if they want to drag this one out.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I think Swansea are definitely not looking to lose this map. This is their map pick. They are the team who are doing best. They're up 2 games. You know, they're certainly not looking to lose this. Leave them in a embarrassing situation, to say the least.
And isn't this their map pick as well?
10 seconds
It is.
left
It is
before
their map
insertion.
pick.
Yeah, so this would be a true shame if they lost this.
5 seconds
Historically
left
being
before insertion.
very destructive on it.
And like you guys said before the game started, Swansea has not lost a single game on border. So
I think this was amended to they might have lost, but either way they are very strong. They are. I mean, I can just double check. Yeah, it looks like they might not have won every game on it, but they are. They
high
are.
win rate.
Yeah, high win rate and very dominant on this map.
All right, Jake. Not a good camera.
Nope, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get one that doesn't quite work out for you.
Yeah. We're all human. It happens to the best of us.
It really does. Doesn't matter how many hours you got in Valkyrie, every so often you're going to mess up a camera, and that's just something you're going to have to live with. At least you can often go and re-pick them up and throw them out again, but that one is not. I think he's just going to leave it there and just let it sit. Should be fine. Jassian here joining himself in as a Nitro goes off from below. He is going to back up, get back on his drone, and drone himself downstairs now. Find out who was playing down there and was causing a bit of a problem. Gonna probably communicate that information to the Buck, who's going to be pushing in here and seeing if he can find that roaming defender prone under the window. Buck here is gonna find him when he drones in, I assume. He does spot the legs there, and he is going to jump in, pre-fire it, and manage to take the kill. Those bright orange legs not helping to hide the Valkyrie at all. Fire Access in with a bro in chat. That is upsetting for him. Yeah. Jake certainly not going to be happy with how that worked out for him. So now, V5. Looks like the Jaeger might find a head here if he stands up, and he does. He finds the Buck. Almost getting away with that, though. I think a couple of pixels of his head just peeked up over the wall. He was able to find the headshot, and clear that for his team.
35 seconds. Okay. All right, Access. I see you.
Another one. Starting to really slow down the team as they push. He hits an edge up. Nomad will certainly call that. He rotates back down the stairs, taking the time to reload. Snoopy Lad holding a lovely angle there with ACOG. And someone might actually push into it. Looks like the Bandit might run into a Bandit going for the run out. Doesn't manage to find anyone. And as the Legion goes down to the Nomad. Lancaster do manage to get Diffuser down. Goats is going to have to rotate around, work with his teammates, and see if do this. Hog and Axe is still alive. Looking to take out as many of those remaining attackers as they can, but Snoopy Lad taking the head off of Skilt's coach, taking down Hog. But it looks like Axis has taken one of them. He's now 1v2. Not got a huge amount of time left. He's assuming there still might be one upstairs. Which, as we can see, there isn't. He's going to hit the run out, it seems.
He's dead.
Eventually.
If he runs out there, he's dead. Guaranteed.
He's likely to die. He's second guessing himself, but he's going to send it.
KD.
And he gets taken out by coach. I think he knew that was a lost round, and he was just looking for anything he could do to try and take it out.
Reverse sweep, is it happening?
It legitimately might. This is. I don't know what Swansea are doing, but they really need to get it together. They need to have a chat. They need to work out what they're doing, and you know, they're together. They took 2 rounds and they've just lost 4 in a row. It's not something you want to see ever. But
Well, I mean, they are attacking now, so
yeah,
hopefully we can
maybe
see
they're
a
better on
stronger side
attack.
of them.
Yeah.
And on a map like Border, especially with the defensive strats, it's a little more. It's a little harder to actually
Attackers
hold
need to
down
locate
stuff.
and defuse as
Uh,
many bombs as
and
they
in a game like Siege, where a lot of stuff is randomized and not everything is gonna be set. So you can imagine something. You can imagine this is gonna be here, this is gonna be there, and then someone's gonna peek this, someone's gonna peek that, but it's all random. You gotta make a split-second decision on what you're gonna do, and I don't think necessarily that Swansea is one of those teams that can react fast enough off those reactions. But they certainly can play together. They're more of a slow team. They like to play a little more slow, a little more coordinated, rather than just going on the fly. I feel like they can achieve that more if they play on this attacking side. Hopefully they can bring back 2 rounds, hopefully tie this up, and if they get 4 rounds, actually, what, 4 rounds? No, it's 4, yeah. So if they can bring 4 rounds in, they bring this into match point, but so far it is Lancaster with the lead right now.
Absolutely.
Attackers drop
And
the diffuser.
like you said, they are a slower team to play. They do seem to take a little bit more time to work out how they need to react to certain things. And Lancaster seem to have worked that out. Lancaster are playing hard and fast. They're taking frags where they kill and instilling chaos amongst the Swansea players. They're making them panic, and it's causing them to slip up. We're seeing if they can potentially now on a side switch, if they can maybe play a little differently, maybe play it a little bit faster, react a little quicker, and work out what they need to do. Capital droning in, but has lost his drone. He's gonna start peeking a little bit. An interesting setup here, but not an uncommon one to see when a
Attackers
mirror is
recover
gone.
the diffuser.
There is very little chance of Thermite being able to get that wall open now, due to how easily it's going to be, how easily they're going to be peaked if Thermite pushes up to that wall.
So we'll see. I think there's no one's roaming for the side of Lancaster. What it seems like everyone's just gonna be situated inside. We got 3 players right now inside of this office mountain area, and we got 2 people. We got the Jaeger focusing. Okay, so this is a very heavily east side focused hole. I think the wall just got open. I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. But yeah, it seems like they already had control of this armory area. At least a half of it is what it seems like. Skills will find the head of Araxis rotating into that central closet and
Bomb diffuser
just be
activated.
completely unaware, I guess. Mahi finds the body of Hog as he'll find a second one onto Skills as Axis gets a refrag onto JCN.
It's a 3v3 situation now. And Coach still playing downstairs around front door. Axis still sat on reverse repel. Looks like on sandwich window there. I'm not sure, but Jake's starting to get the diffuser down. Seems, but Axis taking a kill onto Mahi, and diffuser does manage to go down. Swansea now pushes into post plant. 2v3.
Staging area.
The Claymore taking out Snoopy. Coach last live in a 1v2. 1v2
Oh, what a
now. Yeah, he
shot.
takes out Axis on the reverse repel. That was a hell of a shot. He is going to need to find the attackers who are defending this diffuser. He seems to know there's one in CC, but he can't quite manage to find it as Jake takes the kill on to Coach.
Yeah, so for sure, I feel like Swansea is just more of an attacking team than anything else. Obviously, first round, good for them. They got their first round of the half in. They're catching up to the tie. Hopefully they can bring it into the lead. But if they keep playing like that, more coordinated, like I said, they're a little slower on the attacking side, but they know what they're doing. They have control. They have the guy on the rappel upside down, perfect. That watches for anyone that tries to rotate from one half of armory to the other. Potentially trying to make an aggressive play. You have the guy watching the small closet, as we saw the smoke gets taken out right in the face, and that just opens up the site completely. So good drone work from them, good calls by them. Whoever's the IGL for their team, I don't know who it is, but whoever's doing it is doing a good
Protect your
job on
bombs
it.
from being defused by
Yeah,
attackers.
absolutely. And they prep that execute together, they work together. Kills came off quickly and efficiently, and it allowed that plant to go down nice and smoothly. Axis there, sitting 11, 1, and 6. Really just showing off bragging muscles. Hug taking a little bit more of a back seat now. He's done his work. He's relaxing now. But I'm thinking we might see Swansea start to bring it back. Maybe they just weren't so great on defense, a bit better on attack. Snoopy Lad apparently looking to knife a ghost there, just running around. His, knife button warmed up. Hey, he's
Got
still
his
going
mod
for it.
menu. Got his mod menu out.
Yeah, he's just gonna give himself max prestige.
Oh, Call of Duty days.
Yeah,
Good old
right
days.
way back, throwbacks. But this isn't Call of Duty. You can't just run around with some broken weapon, take frags anymore. You got to play with your team. You got to play that objective, which GD plays.
Scanning for
Understand.
electronic
But
devices.
IQ here looking for those vault cams. She is rightfully assuming are dotted around, but I think she's not actually going to manage to spot it. Gonna get a
Throw it
claymore
outside.
under the window. I imagine so. It's pretty common to see one thrown outside. She is going to get the claymore under the window. Some shots into sight. Not quite managing to find anyone with those
Bomb
bolts there.
detected.
Just a slow push once again, as we see Axis doing his job on the IQ, really putting that gadget to work now. A pretty standard Lancaster hold that we see. That shield and that one wall open.
Now,
And,
I've
super
noticed
cool.
something,
Yep.
and it's they've got a Maestro on defense here with the IQ on attack, and how pretty much all of the floors in this map are soft. IQ plays below and is able to find that Maestro in his cams. She could have a free kill there. We saw earlier in this round that she did take shots at him, but wasn't able to quite secure it. This was a bit of an angle she was firing at through the floor, but she might now go look for this. Hog does manage to open the wall and almost takes a kill there
Ooh.
through Little Office, but not quite managed to secure it. The Capital Fireboat's really being destructive now. The huge area that they now cover since patch. So, Hog actually managing to find Mahi there. The Jaeger going down. Capital can't quite shoot the Maestro cam out, despite the fact it has been taken out by an EMP nade, but Erect using the LMG once more to find Fire Axis and take him down 3v5 to the side of Swansea. Microsmoke's coming out as the plant goes down. Coach hits a Nitro, 9 the plant, but Axis takes a frag onto Jassy.
Something I realized about Swansea is that when they attack, you know, the time that they attack with, they have a minute left into the round, and they're already in sight. They have good. One of the main things that separates them on attack than Lancaster is their time management, because we saw last map that a lot of the rounds it came down to the wire, last second plays. But you know, when you have a team like Swansea attacking, they're always ready. You know, they always have time in their favor. There's not many pinch plays that you have to make at the last second. And that's kind of what's winning them these rounds here. We see Snoopy Law roaming downstairs, getting Jake in the side of the body, but we find the head of E-Rectal. It won't be enough though, as the diffuser will just tick its way down, and it's not gonna have enough time to counter diffuse it.
Not that that matters. It's gone down to Skilt. Swansea, clearly more of an attacking team when it comes to border.
Yeah, maybe that was their pick. You know, they were trying to hope to crunch in as many rounds as they could in defense, and maybe they're not as a defensive team as we thought they would be. So, you know, they turn it around, they pick border for the only sake that they can attack well. And, you know, that's really important.
Yep, it is now tied up 4-4. See if they can come in and clutch the win. The Maestro being switched off to a castle here. potentially trying to slow down the Swansea attack when they do, as you pointed out, when they do prep and execute, they do it so quickly and give themselves
Attackers need to
enough
locate and
time
defuse bombs.
that they can, have a couple of failed plants. They don't leave it to, 10, 20 seconds left in the round where they need that plant and they get forced for it. They give themselves plenty of time to adapt and take fights.
Attackers have located a
Seeing
bomb.
the scoreboard here now, Snoopy surging ahead of his team with 11 kills.
Oh
He
my.
was lead at Fire Axis on 6.
Attackers have discovered the
Axis with
location of a bomb.
13 kills, sitting pretty at the top of his team. Jake trying his best to catch him, but still 6 kills away. Wow, it's a hell of a scoreboard.
10 seconds to insertion.
It's a hell of a scoreboard. You're seeing Vents Workshop play now.
5 seconds to go.
Again, like I said, a lot of people like to play this very vertically, and it looks like Lancaster are one of those teams that like to. They've got 3, maybe 4 players upstairs, and basically holding it like you would armories. So we'll see if this works out for them, or whether Swansea are able to neutralize them upstairs, take them out, or just go for a plant that they're not expecting. So I would say a plant coming through bathroom here would be pretty sneaky, and I don't know if Lancaster would necessarily see it coming out.
I highly doubt they'll execute that as well. They don't have much vertical destruction, so only a thermite and a gridlock potentially to open up that vertical control. So yeah, they will be taking vertical, but they won't be having enough vertical destruction to necessarily pressure out any defenders playing inside of the sites.
Axis shooting the window out there, but he is going to alert the presence of one of the defenders upstairs, who's going to take shots back. Neither of them connecting, but they are both going to be aware that each other are there now, so it's not going to be as clean cut when he decides to jump in the window. Also, now being told,
What in the world? Okay.
that drone seemed to have a little bit of an issue. What we to mention is Skilts takes out Snoopy Lad, and Axis taking out Coach. 3v5 already, minute and a half left on the clock. Axis is now in archives. Watching through the fountain, he's going to be very aware that there is probably someone playing over that office fountain side. Not necessarily aware that it is Castle, but Skilts is here now up on the hatch and is watching down, seeing if he can find anyone. Axis takes the kill onto the Castle. Going down, any breach charge is going to open the floor to just give it a little extra line of sight through and down. Mahi roaming around, not holding his angle quite long enough, otherwise he would have found an easy kill there. Don't know if he spotted that. He didn't, but he finds the gridlock now, takes Rich. A lot of bullets there as a 3 armor. That castle barricade through the courtyard is going to slow him down. Here's the door go open. IQ makes a punch hole, but Mahi takes the kill.
Alright.
Mahi doing work here to keep his team in this game. The smoke going to be using his toxic babes to deny the plant with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Hog starts to get the diffuser down, and Hog manages to take out Fire Axis. He goes for a force plant almost, but Mahi takes him out in a 1v1. Jake versus Mahi. This is a fight that they've been looking forward to. Two friends. I don't know if he's going to see him. He almost manages to find him, but Mahi clutches the kill. Jake just not able to find him, fighting in close quarters. The ACOG just giving him a disadvantage there.
No.
That was a hell of a round and incredibly close at the end there. Skills hitting him with a Mahi goat in chat. And you know what? He's right. After that round, Mahi has definitely earned the respect from his team and the enemies.
Okay, that's like one of the main reasons I personally do not use ACOGs as much, because when it comes down to a situation like that, the odds of you winning that with 2.5 magnification compared to someone who has a 1x magnification on you, there is a big difference in that fight. You could see so much more if you don't have an ACOG on that, and your sensitivity is you don't have to drag your mouse as much. So obviously, it's shown by that. You see how much that the Thatcher had to drag his mouse, and he couldn't even keep up with the body with the Legion.
And we have seen Mahi doing it. Mahi's come out and he's done what he needed to do. He's brought out the Muzzy, bearing the P10 Roni, looking to take fire rate over damage here. An insanely high fire rate gun here. Not a huge amount of damage and a relatively small mag, but it's fun to use. And when you find those heads with it, it is satisfying as anything.
10 seconds to insertion.
So he's going to be looking to shut down any drone game the attack is set up here. And I think that might actually work well for him. Swansea seem to be a much more reliant team in terms of drones. They seem to drone and use their drones actively a lot more. So I think he's going to be trying to keep himself safe and hidden where he can. Firax has taken some shots there from the Thatcher. They're fighting on a very long angle, 2 ACOGs. Thatcher's going to take one back, and they're both still fighting this. This only ends one way, and neither of them are going to be happy with it, because that's
Oh,
not
hit him
something
with
you
it.
want to do.
Bolo peek.
I don't think he's going to bowl a peak. I think the Docs realize that's not a fight he wants to be in, so he's backing off.
I mean, he's wasted a
Slightly.
lot of time already, so he's done a decent job.
Snoopy finally skips his first kill of the round. That's the Capital gone. And looks like Maestro is just kind of playing around up here, waiting for someone to push in, use his large magazine and that ACOG to really fight it. Doc is still going back to fight it, and Thatch is staying to fight it as well. I'm not quite sure why they're both so insistent on fighting this angle. It's not great. I guess for Doc, he's just trying to waste time now. He's realized he's wasted most of the round. But Thatch just needs to leave it and move on. Oh, Twitch here.
What am I
Erector
watching?
with the
Why is-
shotgun.
What is this?
A lot of people don't like it. You know what? I'm going to stand up. I'm going to defend this. Twitch shotgun is a viable play. The
She has black
SGCQB.
ice. I mean, she has black ice. You know, I'm not gonna argue with that. You have
But
black ice on any gun, you're gonna run it.
the SGCQB,
Oh!
as we see that, is dominant. It has insane one-shot range. And that Doc is going to be tagged
Oh!
down and killed. That is a double kill.
Alright,
with
okay.
the SGCQB. So like next time you see that coming up,
Oh,
you're gonna think,
no.
no, it's a good gun. We use it, and it is. I've seen a few players run it, and it
That's
is
ridiculous.
surprisingly good. Mozzie not able to take the kill there. Hog instead managed to take him out with the 5.56 as Hog starts to get plant down for his team. Snoopy last life is going to go for a run out, not in a great place. Going to
Defender is
rotate back
approaching
into
the kill
passport
zone.
and then to
Defender
rotate
has been
into
discovered.
customs.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do at this point. Diffuser's already down. He's gonna be stuck inside of customs. He has to make his way into that supply room, and it's gonna be a little bit of a crossfire that he has to get through. Here's the Twitch gonna be on that flank and look down and finish her. We'll be now left in a 1v2 situation. Both players still on full HP on the attacking side, so let's see what they can do now. Checking the tension. He's not been checking it fully, but I think he does hear it. Yes, he does. Spots the man prone, and he will finish off Hog, and now Snoopy half HP spots the Claymore on the diffuser, but there's no time. He has to go for this kill, he has to go for the
Attackers need to
defuse,
protect the
but it won't be
diffuser.
enough.
Position
Snoopy led with
compromised.
poor time management and access to finish him off, not before a Claymore goes off.
Yeah, it looked like Snoopy wasn't quite sure where the last player of Swansea was. He was looking up, thinking they might be sudden repel, but Axis seemed to think, why do I need sudden repel? I'll just back up and just wait it out, wait for him to jump out the window and take a nice, easy kill on him. Swansea now have evened it up 5-5. Third map coming very close. We go back to Armory Lockers for Lancaster.
Yeah, we've seen how they can win rounds, even with a man down beginning of the round. They're already down a man, but it didn't matter because, a team like this, where they're super coordinated and they don't really need to rely necessarily on all 5 players, as long as they make players play in their right positions. Like you have someone positioned here, someone positioned there, and as long as they do their job properly, you don't want to rely on every single player on your team to win a round, because then eventually it just ends up becoming too reliant on your team. Like right now, Axis 16 kills. It's been 10 rounds. The guy has 16 kills. We can define him as the fragger of this team, the rest of his team just needs to do their job. You know, Axis is basically 2 players combined into 1 at this point.
Yeah, but even saying that, the rest of his team aren't lacking in terms of frags. They're still keeping up as best they can in a reasonable manner, but they're still, holding their own in gunfights.
10 seconds.
I think it would be remiss to immediately say the team needs to have 1 frag or 1 support player, 1 flex. You got to be kind of flexible, and everyone, should have at least some fragging ability. So, the team has it. So even if Axis goes down, the rest of the team is still able to take and win those gunfights.
Yeah, for sure. Great points that you made, and hopefully they can translate that into another round win. So Axis come on to this AC unit.
Getting his Claymore down in the same place. Oh, AC. He's going to drop back down though. No, he can't open that window and start peeking it now because they have got a castle barricade on it. He could sit there meleeing it, but that's a lot of a time waste when he could just wait for someone else to come around and open it for him who might have breaches.
Pretty standard armory take is what it seems like will be happening. Coach will be watching below him inside of tellers. Not much presence will be made there from the attacking side, and yeah, so they're playing really turtle right now. The barricade's up, they have the barbed wire in office, and they're just trying to deny as much presence as they can within the perimeter of the site. Not really caring too much about the roam game, caring more about just the attackers getting into the site, and opening that wall will be super important for Swansea if they can do that.
Speaking of Swansea, they have lost the last player this round. The skills has gone down to Snoopy Lad. Jaeger prone in CC towards security side. He's just keeping himself safe. He's watching the wall, making sure no one opens that up and comes looking for him. He's going to make sure that CC stays firmly in control of the defenders. As seems like he runs out there, but gets taken out by Jake. He's able to easily keep that. So they've now seemingly lost CC control, but the attackers can take it as Axis sits in reverse repel on sandwich window again, just looking for those feet that he can take shots at, take someone down. Ping, and I think there might be someone here. Can we get a frag or a drone to check this?
I like this angle that Mahi's making here, all the way from archives to see.
Coach takes down Axis though. I don't know whether he just straight up peeked him or he ran out, but he's gone down. Pogo putting himself some angles, giving him a look down into sight. Thatcher occasionally peeking half wall, but not really checking office. There we go. Now checks office. Can't see anyone in there, but he's got to know that there's someone sat in sight waiting for that fault plan. And Mahi takes a kill onto Erectal Trauma, a 2v4 hog out onto Fire Axis, but it's still 3v2, and there's not a lot of time left on the clock. They are going to have to push this hard, and it looks like another win for the defenders. Yeah, a Nitro comes out from Coach, taking out Hog and Jake. Oh, and the Nitro from below as well. Very nice. Lands directly on the Thermite there, taking out the low health Thatcher from a bit of it.
I don't think the Swansea's realized that there's a Val cam right above the half wall. That is a super important camera. I don't think, especially if you're gonna push that double wall inside of Armory, you want to deny as much intel as possible. Especially with a Valkyrie that has a Nitro cell and can play from underneath. That's just huge for the defenders if they have that kind of information. And I don't think that Swansea's necessarily figured it out that camera is kind of one of the main reasons why they're so good at defending the site.
Yeah,
is that they have so much information on it.
Yeah, and they bought the IQ, they bought the counter to Valkyrie, but they just weren't using IQ as IQ really. They weren't looking for those Valkyries. And I think that's something they could shift and change and try and find those Valkyries a little bit, try and shut down that intel against them. Because once they haven't got intel, and you're both in a relatively similar situation in terms of intel in a gunfight, it seems like Swansea are going to win that fight. They seem to just have the better fraggers on that team.
So, site now will be changed downstairs into ventilation workshop. We see a 6-5 game favor of Lancaster. Not something you would typically expect to see. You know, especially since you have
5 seconds to
Swansea
go.
on the attacking side. But it seems like, you know, Lancaster just figured it out. They
Attackers are
figured
moving
out
to
the
defuse a bomb.
patterns, where to play, you know, who they should be focusing on more than the other. And that's just really what's winning them these rounds is these individual kills and just a lot of crossfires coming in, actually, more than anything. It's good teamwork overall.
Speaking about Swansea and their speed, though, they have got the Thatcher in the building straight away. He's opened himself a peek hole across to Armory and then reaches the CC walls. Now pre-fire and open the door. See if we can find anyone. Looks like one of those bullets almost might have gone wide and caught the person hiding in a small office. Axis now playing outside a little slower. There's no Valkyrie for him to be looking out for now, but he is going to be still, I imagine, on his fragging roll. Almost finding the head of the defender playing full office. As the defender fires back, he's going to pre-fire the same angle, just see if he can find it. Definitely going to be called to Thatcher. Thatcher's going to be asked to come in and give them an extra hand. Looks like another defender is holding in Archive. So, yeah, that is the Mozzie. He's going to be seeing if he can find the kill, but he can't quite as the 5-5 smacks through. Takes him out with a nice headshot. The Jaeger droned out in small office. Thatcher holding angle. No? Or was he droned in small office? I can't quite remember.
Well, there's a
I couldn't quite
shake.
tell.
Did he drop? He should have dropped.
He
Yeah,
did.
he dropped.
He did drop. And I think Thatcher might have heard that. That's why he pulled off. Going to start opening the floor now as the defenders have relinquished top floor control. They can now start to go for frags from above, clear up anyone who looks like they might stop a plant, and then get that diffuser down with 1 minute left on the clock.
Oh, no.
Jassian onto Snoopy lad there. Not quite sure what that was about. Erectal. TY in chat. A little bit toxic, but we've all done it.
Bomb located by
Rex, who
attackers.
now is going to be looking for the castle when he does manage to find it. The F2 as he drops down. Doesn't even tag him that much. Still sat on just under 75% HP. He should be able to keep fighting this round relatively effective. Maybe one bullet. Thermite opens the window, looking like he is getting ready for this plant. Firex is very low, but does manage to find a kill into Erectal. Mahi's still in full health, but he is the only one over that side of the map. Hog starts to get a diffuser down. Mahi goes to push for it. Jake taking the frag on him, and it looks like plant is going to go down as Firex is now 1v4 post plant with a very, very small amount of HP.
Let's just see what happens. And yeah, just like that, Jake cleans it up. And now we go to overtime. So score is 6-6. A score that we, didn't really expect to see. I think I kind of jinxed the 7-0 by saying that they would do it, because now you're going to overtime.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into overtime, You want to get your opponents. I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of who can persevere compared to the other team, And in a game like this, where Siege games especially, we already played 2 maps. None of them went to overtime, but now we go into overtime, where they've played 12 rounds in 1 map, and so now it's just a matter of who can outlast the other. It's just a matter of stamina at this point, It's a mental game, like I said earlier.
Oh, absolutely, and especially when you start to get these last rounds in overtime. Both teams want it to be over. They want that little break, even if big break in terms of if this could be the last match. And it really starts to weigh on you. You start to become a little disillusioned with the game. We see the scoreboard there. Snoopy on 15-2-9. Mahi just up behind him with 10. For Axis on 17 kills, 12 rounds. Incredible. Absolutely destructive. Next Resistance team's 11. It's alright. It's a very respectable amount of kills. Not quite one around, but still. Axis just really out here fragging. Really showing Hog up. He heard what we had to say about Hog round 1 apparently, and just wasn't having any of that. He has to be the fragger here, and he's shown it. Shown he can be. Into a workshop events hole. It's what we just saw them lose, but we have also seen them win this round. it seems that this is a site that can go either way for the teams here. So there's no kind of clear definitive winner. I think they're hoping that they can clutch this out. And rather than something like our move, which they may feel they're a little shakier on.
See a point shorts up hold. More armory for the side of Lancaster. So they haven't really been doing so hot on that site, defensively wise.
That's just going to drone out Jaeger there. Jaeger's going to pull back a little bit. They actually need to not get too ahead of himself because he is going to get peaked, but he does manage to take the kill onto Snoopy, apparently expecting him to be prone. Sitting and holding the angle, assuming there's going to be more defenders upstairs, and he assumes correctly as the Mozzie is still playing for the Commando 9 this time.
Oh no.
But Jake managed to take him down, a double kill in the first 2 kills of the round. He's set a little over 25 HP. Castle deciding he does not want any part of that fight and rotates off, but Skills manages to find a kill onto Mahi. 2v5 in our overtime round. Castle slowly crouch peeking around the map, occasionally checking his corner, just seeing if he can find someone who's not quite paying enough attention. As the attackers start to open above, Fire Axis on Smoke is going to sit nice and far back, just seeing if he can see when Hog wants to jump in for the fuse.
This situation is not entirely impossible for the defending side. However, it will not be in their favor for the most part because, you know, it is a 2v5, and with a gun like the UMP-45 that the castle has equipped, it's not the best taking a 1v1 necessarily, but Rex is actually in a really good position here. Ooh, he's going to be doing a lot of damage to that thermite.
A lot of damage there, yeah, having eaten 2 Smoke's Toxic Babes. Smoke going to throw his 3rd one out, but this is going to be his last piece of utility, and it doesn't look like it's quite landed where it should. Looks like they may trade Diffuser off accident, maybe asking for it. Jassia managed to find a kill onto Erectile, 4v2. Fire Axe is finding one onto Hog, but Skits managing to refrag a 1v3 situation. The smoke comes out. Axis looking like he's going to have to get in and go for the plant. Gets in and starts it off. Jassian maybe not knowing it's going to be going down.
Yeah.
Jake taking the kill.
That was a little too close for comfort right there.
That was. I'm not even playing and my heart was pounding there, so I can't imagine how the players feeling.
I just feel like with so much time like that, they had 1:30 on the clock, right? Swansea had so much time on the clock to work with, but they were pushing it so slowly. Like, yeah, I understand, you know, the whole thing where it's like, you want to drone the last 2 people, and, you know, typically that takes 30 seconds maybe, but that came down to what, the last 15 seconds, and in what was it, a 5v2 turned into 3v1, and a 3v1 is so much more favorable than a 5v2 because, you know, it's a single player that can rotate here, 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 instead of having to worry about 5 other players pinching you from 5 different angles. So, you know, it's a more favorable situation for any defender. But, you know, it's just not going to be enough for the round like that.
Oh, absolutely. And they tried valiantly, and they were close. We got to give them that. But the refrags came out. You know, like we said, Swansea played together well as a team. The refrags came out, and they weren't allowing them to take that round. They knew they needed it, especially as they are now on defense, which, as we've seen this game, they seem, at the moment at least, to be a little bit weaker on.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can translate their attacking rounds into their defenses. They only won 2 defensive rounds in the first half. So, I mean, hopefully they can turn that into just 1 more round. All they need to win out this best of 5 and hopefully win out the series right now.
Yeah, but I imagine as they realize pressure is going to be on, this could be a hard-fought round. The Lancaster team are certainly not going to be happy to have come this far on their opponent's map pick to lose. Now, certainly, Snoopy Lad actually showing, you know, this is how you use IQ's gadget access. Just, you know, just whip it around, look for any glowy things, and shoot them. Yeah, that's just what you do. You look for glowy things.
Look for the glowy things.
You shoot them. Skills flying behind half wall. Mahi not quite aware of it. I don't think. I think he'll definitely see the deployable shield and work out that there's a legion behind that. But I don't know. He'll realize that there's a smoke playing, or mute even playing behind the half. But they're coming in, Fire Axis, looking around, looking not just for kills, but definitely deny that bandit trig over on Armory Wall. He's going to be using that on a barrel shotgun to open up himself a nice, quick half long.
So it doesn't seem like much pressure will actually be applied over towards that double wall. You see the IQ still sitting on that AC unit, and it's just not gonna have a care in the world about what his surroundings might be consistent. And what's it called? Oh, I forgot the word. It's not consistent.
Consisting.
Consisting. Yes, that's what it is.
Yep. There we go. I got you. Very little time left on the clock now, around 1 minute 15 seconds. And it seems like only now Lancaster is starting to actually make a push. They have people in the building for a while, but didn't do anything.
Oh no, not this.
Oh, he's realizing the punch hole's not great. Signing. I don't think I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna wait this out. He's only got to hold for 50 seconds. They're going to relinquish Phantom Control, which is unfortunate, but they are just going to let it happen and just let it go as the Maestro starts to fight with the IQ and takes shots onto her. Manages to knock her down to low health. The Thermite also on low health now. Two of them very, very close to dead. One bullet kill. Mahi managing to take out Hog, though. Jake taking kill into Jassian, but in the process being very hurt himself. 25 seconds left. Thermite not able to blow the Thermite charge due to a mute jammer, I assume. Skips managing to find Snoopy. Mahi onto Reckless. Erectal onto Coach. A 3v2 with 10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining.
This looks like it might be it, as Mahi manages to take a kill for Axis with the Claymore. Swansea seem to be getting a little bit cocky as the diffuser starts to go down. Mahi might actually manage to pull this off. Erectal not happy with the rotate, but Skilts goes down through the shotgun. The Fire Axe is either low health or down.
He's down.
He is down, which means that's the defuse. That is it. They found the diffuser, and that is the win for Swansea. Our observer being a little bit toxic. Axis hitting the good nights and Chad a little hot. Mahi giving one back. And to finish out, we got to see the Legion Elite. Here we go.
Oh my god,
Axis had his top spot stolen so that we could see the Legion Elite MVP animation.
That's dope.
Wonderful. So, that's it. That's a win for Swansea. So I'd like to say congratulations to them and commiserations to Lancaster.
That's
really,
a big word.
Commiserations, yeah.
What does that even mean? How do you even spell that?
We'll get into that later, but for now, commiserations to Lancaster. They fought valiantly. They really, really tried, and they put up a good fight, especially on something that's not even their map. But that is it for us here tonight at the USL Summer Split Finals. As always, I've been joined by Gulpin.
That's me.
And I'm Obscura. Thank you all very much for watching. Once again, GG to Swansea.